bathroom if you're otherwise you're not a real hoarder. You know,
right.
You have to knock over like entire like skyscrapers of novels. You know, like books that you read like 10 years ago but never wanted to get rid of. Then you're a hoarder.
Well, I've been working on it. Actually, my
newspapers.
My wife and her parents and my father-in-law that's since passed. When I was at my worst collecting and stuff, they came over. They helped do some remodeling in the house. You know, he actually one of the last things he did was he redid our bathroom. He did an amazing job. It's so great. And they said you should get rid of some of your stuff. I'm like, it's gonna be worth. They didn't. Well, first off, they didn't believe it was worth any money. I was like, it's worth stuff. I want to keep. And I'm like, fine, I'll get rid of it. I just, I wasn't so lost that I wasn't reasonable. So I decided I'll get rid of the third of my stuff at least. So I got rid of my Funko Pops, the majority of them, and I got $8,000 for that.
Wow.
And I only focused on collecting the exclusive San Diego Comic-Cons. That's how I did so good. All the shop exclusives, but I only have like 6 Funkos
video
left.
games. But I bought this the other day.
Nice.
Oh, nice, man.
Oh, that's really nice. Cool.
Nice.
Well, Max, I look forward to the day when you throw away all those pizza boxes and you find that Saturn.
Right.
I was really upset because I was like, I've got to keep one Saturn just in case.
Yeah.
I really wanted for the Saturn.
You know what I really want to start collecting?
Well, sure.
Have a little bit of money is those McFarlane figures.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
those are
McFarlane
cool.
ones are pretty good too.
Well, the one thing that I was going to get eventually again was House of the Dead, which is really expensive of Saturn. I was gonna maybe just get the import version, and Sega Rally.
Oh, Sega Rally, yeah.
But those are the only games I really want to keep because everything else I could play somewhere else, except for the shmups.
Well, emulation on Saturn has actually gotten pretty good.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, Mednafen is a good emulator to run Saturn stuff on, and you can do it full speed with pretty much no problems for most of the games.
I want a Vectrex with the light pen and everything. Oh, that would be awesome.
That'd be nice too. I watched Aaron Plays talk about the Vectrex.
Vectrex is amazing.
And what was another channel I like to watch? Classic Game Room. He also reviewed the Vectrex too.
Yeah.
Perp, what consoles did you have growing up? And you said you're interested in retro. What type?
Yes.
Do you have any? Do you own any retro still?
Yeah, I do. I have a PS2. I love the PS2. It was the generation and the console for survival horror, especially for Japan.
I'm glad you mentioned PS2. I really enjoy the PS2.
Yeah, I love the PS2. I have this really valuable game called Rule of Rose. I don't have the cover, so it's not that valuable, but it's a game that I have that I love. I haven't replayed it. I wanted to do a walkthrough because it is like a very hard to get game. So I'm probably gonna do like a walkthrough one of these days on my channel of that game because it's a very hard to find game. I'm also a fan of Resident Evil and Resident Evil Outbreak series on there. Yeah, I love the PS2 because of just for that.
I mean, we can talk about some PS2 if you want to, man.
Anything. I'm not familiar with a lot of other games actually, outside of the survival horror stuff.
Oh well, I got the
What do you got? Yeah,
I got space. I got.
Tell me on something. What's your favorite one?
Let me finish now.
Gotcha. Go ahead.
All right, I got Looney Tunes Space Race, and I also got I got a lot of great titles. Looney Tunes Space Race. I got hang on a sec. And I also got I don't know. I got so many games I got on my head. Incredibles. I got the Incredibles 2, and I got the old Driver.
Ooh, Driver's
good.
Yeah.
PlayStation 2 is badass. That's a system that
Retro Gaming Star missed you so much.
Unfortunately, my PS2 died like a year after I got it.
What's your GameStar?
So I missed out on most of that gen, but I've been getting back into it the past couple of years.
I
That's
recently
cool, man.
hooked up my wife's PlayStation 2 Slim, and I
I
love it.
didn't have one.
Oh yeah, I love
What are you
that.
playing? What is she playing?
Well, she doesn't play it on anymore. She's a PC person. She's totally PC. Actually, I need to get her new VR cables. She's like, the VR cables are failing. She has like the most. He's going. He's searching. This is a gamer. This is a gamer.
We need
Gamer's
to play
got a
like
game.
we need to play like the Mission Impossible music or something.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Let's see what he's got. Let's see what he's got, Jeff.
All right, guys.
All right.
I forgot to mention. I got 13.
I've never played that
That's a
one.
good one. That's a
I
really
already
good one.
told you about the Looney Tunes Space Race, which I already had.
I did the Dreamcast one. I never tried that one.
I got
Is it a different game?
I had a different system.
Van
drive.
Helsing.
Van Helsing.
That good?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
I'll
pretty
play that
good.
one.
It's like it's more like a devil. What I'm trying to say is more like the devil. It's like Devil May Cry vibe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. I get you. Devil May
And
Cry.
this right here is a
Ooh,
classic.
Oh, that's a good one.
The
That's
James
a really
Bond
good one.
games were good.
Yeah.
Hey, if after you're done, Jeff, if you vouch for Retro Gaming Star and you want to send them a link, he can come, or they could come on. I don't know who they are, but we'd like meeting new people.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
I get Retro Game Star in here.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I didn't have a PlayStation 2. I had a GameCube. During
I've
that
never
time.
played this
I
game.
missed that shit.
But
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got
ever played it.
Tons of great games. I got Scooby Doo as well.
Ooh. All right. What's this, CJH?
I just heard of it.
Capcom Superheroes for the Super NES. I have that. I'm probably gonna sell it.
No, it's Marvel's superheroes.
Yeah. Marvel.
Oh wait.
Superheroes
Oh,
game.
never mind. Yeah.
It says
yeah.
Capcom up there. Yeah, I have that. I'm gonna sell that. I think. I'm selling my Super Nintendo games because there's just so many ways to play them right now. And I want to get an EverDrive.
Some
Okay.
of your Super Nintendo games are ridiculously rare. They're
Yes.
expensive. I'm torn on you doing this, but I can't give you any crap because I sold my Jaguar, and it is what it is. But that Pocky and Rocky too, man. Oh my God.
Oh my, yeah.
I'll give you a deal. I'll put you on a payment plan. You don't have to pay me out once, whatever you want, or I'm going to sell it. I am
yeah.
going to
Put him
sell
on
it
a
too.
payment
I am gonna
plan.
sell it.
Oh, this
No,
guy.
you send me PayPal every once in a while until it's caught up. I'll keep track. But
You
I mean,
you
that's if
might be
want.
able to be approved for max credit. Apply
Right.
now for easy payments.
No, I mean, I would give. I'll tell you what.
Last for my
contacted
social.
DK. I contacted DK Oldies, and they only going to get like 220 for these 6 games, and I was like, that's too low.
6 games. Good Lord.
But these are these are some heavy hitters, and I was like,
Well,
one of
so-
them is worth that, bros.
Yeah.
And they gave me crap, but what's
This
this?
is one of my favorite games.
Toy
Bro,
Story
no.
2.
Toy Story 2. I you
I
know
was
what,
like, "You're to the rescue."
I'm glad you brought that because I've been playing that on my PS5,
Mm-hmm.
and I also got.
You do not rational. He's just saying what he's just saying the one that he knows is expensive. I know. I don't believe you on anything rational. Last night, him and we had a great time, Brian. After you left,
I heard that Rational owns E.T. the game.
yeah.
On the 2600?
Yep.
Ooh. That's the game that killed the entire industry for about 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to send it to Retro Gaming Star, Jeff, you can. Just to remind you, because I know you.
Where's
Gotcha.
it? Let me go ahead and send him. What are you like? Retro GameStar want to join in?
Yeah,
Oh,
if
okay.
he said he would like to be on stream with us.
So let me go ahead and send him up.
I have an Atari. I don't believe Rational. He
I'm
plays everything.
looking this game up just to have more detail, but apparently I can't imagine playing this game on Dreamcast because it says it has a overly sensitive analog stick.
Mm,
And it's hard
Right.
enough to play with a regular analog stick with that game.
mhm.
What game are you talking
We
about?
can't hear you.
Buzz Lightyear.
Oh, okay.
Oh, maybe you were talking to someone else. All right. What's a system? All right. Well, I had a theme to this topic too. Should you go retro? Should you do it, Cyrus? Me and you've had some missteps. We've gone back and forth. We collected way more than our share, and we sold some things. In 2023, should you go retro?
No. You're getting to the end of the lifespan of these consoles. Like, I'm starting to have major hardware issues. Like, you should have already done it. If you're trying to get into retro by now, just do emulation or an FPGA solution. Like, don't try to get into hardware at this point for retro stuff. Like,
I would say you should, depending on certain things. Like if it's the PS2, Xbox, 360 era, that stuff's pretty good, except not the first 360.
Well, they're shutting some of these games down anyway, like the online. You can't play the original Halo. Did you know that?
What?
Yeah,
online.
Halo,
you mean?
It's fun.
Okay.
It's funny you say that, CJH, because I bought Halo, the original Halo, digitally on my Xbox 360 when they brought it out as one. It was like the first game they put out as like a full retail digital game, and it's disabled. It doesn't work anymore. I actually lost that game. Like they just took it away from me.
Well, for something like that, there's gonna be the community that's gonna have servers for it. I know for the original Halo, I've heard that there's
different than the tax write-offs, kind of.
What? All right. Cyrus is right about not getting into it.
Crickets out.
Don't ever tell me I'm right. That's a dangerous thing to say.
Well, Degrassi says I got a VCS only to use it for 4K Orn. Very rarely play games on
Korn, like the album, like Korn. Oh, the band,
yes.
Dude. Korn is amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think now is a good time to get into retro, depending on what you pick.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
But,
if you go with Nintendo, oh my dear Lord.
Well, see,
Nintendo retro is rough.
I look, I'm kind of stupid. You guys need to understand that about me because I just bought a ColecoVision, right? Which doesn't make any sense because you can absolutely just emulate ColecoVision.
Someone's gonna clip that like they do with Alex.
No, it's cool. I'm aware of my own stupidity. It's good to be self-aware of your. A man's got to know his limitations, and I have many. But so I'm trying to save other people from the mistakes that I make. Like if I'm buying hardware, I'm having fun with what I have. My ColecoVision runs great, but I've had a lot of issues with a lot of other hardware. You know, my TurboGrafx CD has an issue. 2 different Super Famicom.
Well, my Sega CD, the last time I tried to sell it, it was working at home, and then I brought it in. They couldn't get it working, and they wouldn't buy it if they can't get it working themselves.
Right.
I'm like, if I was fiddling around with it, I probably could have get, and then it's just been sitting on the shelf for like 3 years.
Yeah. When you say retro, is it just video games? Because
no. Should you get into retro anything? VHS, DVD
is the VHS is
there is a big market for people really getting it. I have no interest in this personally. Now I know Perp. I want to hear what Perp has to say.
Yeah, I love VHS. I got started on it a little bit too late. I kind of stopped. I have a couple little VHS unopened terrible B movies from the 80s and stuff.
Well,
they're converting DVDs
new movies to VHS.
Yeah, I know. I think that's cool. I think that's a cool gimmick. I have a couple VCRs.
Disney movies are like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, I used to have a bunch of those, and I got rid of them.
All right, let me see.
And the good thing is thrift stores always sell them for like cheap, and then you can pick them up that way.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rational DM me someone else's Game Gear collection that he Googled. I don't believe this is yours, Rational. It's way too neat. Like, I mean, okay, this is like a fire game. He probably looked up like one of the best Game Gear collections out there.
Wow, they had that many games.
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
no,
Game Gear had a lot of
send,
games.
send me that. Send me that rational. For
I
no,
like-
for no,
Send him all
for
the
no
games.
reason other than the reverse image. So,
Is that the Master Gear? That's the Master Gear down there. The Master System converter for Game Gear. So you
I
had
love Rational. I very rarely believe him.
Rational, you got to go overboard. And you got to have like a model like there. So.
You just like DM'd the most perfect image. You took the nicest picture from Google. If they would have got a janky one collection,
You gotta
But they're
get a
all lined up
swimsuit model
perfect.
to sell it, dude.
someone Google Game Gear collection, see if this pops up.
I bet it's from eBay. I bet this is from eBay.
Okay. How do I know that's yours?
Does it have Echo the Dolphin? Because that
What?
came with
Tell
the
him, ask him to
shoes.
take the picture again and do a peace sign in the front of the
Yeah,
camera.
right.
Do it again with a peace sign, brother.
Show us a toe or something.
Yeah.
oh, gee, golly gee,
Is it the
I
first
had the
picture?
same collection.
Oh, here. I apologize. I wasn't paying attention. Jeff, here's the link.
I have
if
the
you want to send it
exact
to your
same
friend.
collection.
Just copy and paste that link.
How,
let me see it.
How?
Oh, baby.
Oh, interesting.
He found it on Reddit. Oh God.
That's an old.
Not in 4K.
Oh, no.
Not in 4K.
Oh, that's
Rational.
funny, Rational.
You dog.
Si-
You dog.
How dare
CJH
you.
found you out. Oh, that's an old photo. My stuff
That's my
consistently
Reddit
trends on
account. Check
Reddit.
that Reddit account.
I like the CRTs. I got my Turtles TV. I really like the small CRTs because the bad history I had is when I used to get like big CRTs back in the day, and they were like so heavy.
Kamikaze.
Hey, Kamikaze is here. Kamikaze, we just had a topic. Thank you for joining us. And if you're
Yeah,
just
sure.
getting here, thumbs up the video, everyone. We're just asking, should you go retro right now in 2023? Should you go retro?
Just directed at me.
Everybody, yeah. Cyrus said no. I said it depends on which system and what you're planning to collect. Certain things I would like if you're going to go Nintendo and you want to get a lot of Nintendo, I'd buy it. Bro, everyone wants to collect retro Nintendo right now. I actually would highly recommend people that want to go retro and you want to get a lot of bang for your buck. Xbox and the 360 is amazing because the 360 was Microsoft's best console. They sold the most, and there's a lot of cheap games floating out there.
You need to be specific though, because I think if you're going to get 360, you better make sure you get like a 360. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I keep saying that. I would highly recommend a Slim over the original. I would never buy the original. The red ring. What do you think?
I have
Kamikaze?
one. It's
Right
it's
out the
fine.
damn box. Oh man.
It's just it's a chance. If you buy one of the old ones, you're taking a risk. Like you don't know what the history of it is, and has it been fixed? Has it not? Did it ever red ring? You know, it's just I would just skip that. If you're going to buy one that you know doesn't have that issue.
Well, I know Kamikaze, you buy current gen. Do you buy any retros for your older system?
Nah, dude. Like
anymore?
my motto is I've been there and I've done that. Like I
Been there, done there.
I don't feel like I need to re-experience anything. I feel like I like to progress with games and technology. So that's just my
Agreed.
motto. Like
Well-
I play everything that's new. Now I'll say this in the same breath. Like something like the best way I can explain, like something like Shovel Knight, like it's like a retro but like new thing, like stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely, I'll play that.
Yeah. Kami has certain things that like the game, like you can see he's got Street Fighter 2 on that arcade behind him. So there's certain things, but yeah, I respect what you're saying, Kami. Like, there's been many times in my life where I was like that, where I was like, I'm just playing whatever's new and I'm not really going backwards and stuff. Because, I mean, especially if you're somebody who like beats all the games that you play through, because if you beat a game, a lot of times you don't have as much of a, like, you don't feel like you want to go back to it, you know?
Hey guys, my name is Retro Gaming Star. Nice to meet all of you. I basically
Okay.
what I do. Wow,
Damn.
He came in with fire. Okay, Retro Game. Nice to meet you. We got. We
what
gotta
I
wait.
do on my channel is
Okay.
We
gotta wait our turns though a little bit. Though we're just meeting the Retro Game.
That's
bro hit you with the Kamehameha right off the gate.
I say, go off, King. Keep going.
Okay, go off. All right, let's tell us about yourself. Nice to meet you.
What I do on my channel is I play a lot of I do a lot of gameplay videos. I talk a lot about retro video games. As you can tell by my name, I do show streams. I do mainly gameplay videos. I do a lot of good stuff. And if you do look on my channel, I have a lot of gameplay videos.
Okay.
I beat a couple of Let's Plays. I've Let's Played Pokemon Generation 1. I've Let's Played Spider-Man on PS4. Let's played Miles Morales Spider-Man, and now I'm on Pokemon Generation 2, which is Pokemon Crystal.
All right, cool.
Awesome. So, guys, in case you didn't know, I do play a lot of Pokemon. I'm a giant Pokemon fanatic. Like, I've been playing Pokemon ever since I was a little kid, and I've been watching the anime when it was on Kids WB. And I remember my mom, she went out and bought me a Game Boy. It was a Game Boy Color, and I had Pokemon Blue. My sister had Pokemon Red, while my other cousin had Pokemon Yellow. We would all get together and get the link cables, and we'd battle and trade Pokemon. Now, I collect a lot for the Game Boy. Like, I used to have like a huge Game Boy collection, but then I bought a flash cart and put all my Game Boy Color games on it, and it worked like a charm. So I kept that flash cart ever since. Every time it gets dirty, I clean it. I smoke alcohol and Q-tips. So yeah. So if your video game consoles ever need a fix, I'm your guy, because
my Sega CD is done.
I got my TurboGrafx CD.
A lot of I do a lot of soldering, and
do.
I'm really good at soldering.
Wait, what is soldering
right now?
What is that?
Soldering is like when you take like tin solder, very liquid tin solder, and you get a soldering iron, which is a tool. You plug it in, and you turn on the soldering iron, and it heats up to where you can fix the electronic, and it's basically like glue, basically, for electronics. In case you know what I look like, here's what I look like. And I have my copy of Pokemon Blue right here. A long time ago, the battery recently died on my my save file, but I soldered a new battery back on. So I have 6 badges so far, and right now I'm on Cinnabar Island, but I'm working on doing the item duplication glitch, where basically if you go back to Viridian City and talk to the man, he will you have to say no a couple of times, then go back to Cinnabar Island, and you can duplicate as many items as you want. I'm duplicating rare candy so I can strengthen my Pokemon.
I'm very happy to meet you, Argis. You're giving a lot of info. I'm lost.
That's a lot of lore. That is a lot of lore we got.
You collect, you get stuff from retro systems now? Like that was a Game Boy.
Yes, I do still. I have my Nintendo Wii, I have my GameCube, I have my Game Boys, I have my 3DS, I have my I used to have a DSi, but I traded for the 3DS. Like I have my PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2.
Okay, he's gonna list that.
I have a Hyperkin 2, which plays SNES and NES games. So
that's cool.
Dude, you should give this guy a show on your channel.
I know
he just keeps going.
I know. I like you, Argis. I just have to be prepared when I bring you on, Argis, because you'll run the show.
Dude, we gotta get him on the show, and it's just called The List. That's the show name, The List. And
that's awesome. So
you're
very in the retro, and we lost Jeff. I don't know where to tap the Jeff. We'll see. So you love retro.
Jeff.
Yeah. Nintendo's rough to get into now, and Pokemon. Oh my good lord! If you're a retro Pokemon player and you want to get the old school games, they're expensive.
RGS, are you in the Pokemon?
Guys, I was gonna say recently I went to a yard sale and I bought a copy of Pokemon Box Ruby and Sapphire for like $15. I had no idea that it was rare.
Hey, what's
you cheated them? That was
I was going to say that, dude. This game is rare, but sadly I didn't say that.
No, I don't blame you. I will.
Thank you so much. Have a blessed day.
No, RGS, don't leave.
You don't have to leave. You don't have to leave.
RGS, what's the best Pokemon game? Which one's the best?
I would say either Generation 2 or Generation 3. Because Gen 2 offered a lot more than Generation 1, because in Gen 2 you can store more items and you can like store a lot more of your Pokemon like that you did in Generation 1. And Generation 3 they added a lot more. Like Gen 3 has more content, so does Gen 2. Gen 2, after you beat the main story, you have the Kanto side quest where you can go to the Kanto region and defeat all the gym leaders, get all their badges. If you have 16 badges, you can go to Professor Oak and get access to Mount Silver. You can face off against Red from Pokemon Gen 1.
Rose
Delania's like, what the heck is going on?
No, we're learning about Pokemon, dude. Come on.
I know. I like his enthusiasm.
Absolutely.
RGS, I love you, man. Yeah, you could come by anytime.
I don't know.
We got to make sure we get around the panel.
I have a Discord. It's Retro Gaming Star.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I also play Pokemon Generation 3. A little fun fact: they were good at making Pokemon Stadium 3.
Next video, fun facts. I want a fun fact.
That was based off of Generation 3, but that got canceled.
Well, well, you're eating good as a Pokemon fan. I have some other friends. My wife's a Pokemon fan.
That's awesome. Maybe I could tell her about Pokemon.
No, she doesn't want my friend's contact.
Get her on here.
She doesn't want to do anything. No offense. My wife's like, nah, you do you, I'll do me. You know,
we're talking video games today, Kevin. This is a mess. Look at this.
Yeah. Also, Kevin Diaz. I played with my brother Skylar. I was playing TMNT Tournament Fighter on my channel. If you want, you can check out my channel. I do lots of gameplay videos.
Was it the
so many?
Hey, link your channel. Link your channel so we can
private chat.
Absolutely.
Link your channel so we can.
Let me link my channel right now.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. My channel.
We appreciate
the private chat.
I'm gonna go link my channel right now. I'm gonna get my channel ready.
Yes, Kevin Davis. This is Movie Talk. You're right in the right place.
No, this
is over. We're off the tracks tonight.
We're absolutely.
Here it is. There's my channel. Let me link that right now. Here it is. This is my channel. Where the recent game I was playing was
I can't subscribe. You have 666 videos.
Whoa.
That's awesome.
And I have 800.
Dude, I don't want to break that. No, seriously, no one wants to break that.
That's his
an awesome number to have.
That's videos.
All right, let me put it here so people in the chat. He is.
Want to break that.
You ever play Pokemon Go? You ever play that one?
Yes, I have. That game was actually really good. To be honest, I played Pokemon Go multiple times, and I've had a really good time playing Pokemon Go. And I remember I went outside one sunny day, and I saw a bunch of Pokemon. I caught them, and I raised them to the point where I had to go to the nearest Pokestop, and I went to the gym leader. Believe it or not, the nearest Pokestop was at my friend's local retro video game store, and I went there, and me and my friend, we took pictures. He shook my hand, and we played Pokemon Go. We had a battle.
All right,
bro, y'all trolling me? Is somebody trolling me?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Like, Pokemon's actually a very decent franchise.
No,
it's
absolutely.
not bad at all.
Absolutely.
Hey, Russian Star.
And hey, what's up, SuperGeoff? And by the way, I I know other Mon franchises. Don't you think I know just Pokemon?
Okay.
I know
absolutely.
Digimon, Beyblade, Bakugan, Yu-Gi-Oh. You name it, I do.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
A lot of Mon franchises out there.
Do you ever collect the cards for Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! I have collected cards. Matter of fact, I'll go get them right now.
Oh, awesome!
Please do.
Please.
RGS, you're a cool dude. I like you, man. We just got to make sure we got to make time for everyone on the panel, though, because that's the one thing about and this is not just exclusive to RGS.
Max,
Pokemon fans,
do not get in the way of this content.
No. Pokemon fans,
these are my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, right?
They could go on and on. Yeah. But I've never seen someone like, I'd like to be on the show, and they're like, bam, I'm here. Here's my channel.
I'm on the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
He said he wanted to be on the show.
He
He should have said, I want to be the show.
Oh, wait, we're trying to see Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Oh, no.
These are Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Plus, there's more where that came from.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
It's like a magician.
Box. I got a bunch of more Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Get a drink, Kamikaze.
Oh, that's...
Get ready, guys.
He's showing us the Yu-Gi-Oh.
You know what? Fuck it, why is here?
Monster Rancher's pretty good. I like Metabots, and my favorite was always Digimon. I prefer. Before when I was a little kid, I used to think that Digimon was the best thing in the world. But Pokemon's a good franchise. I also like Metabots and Monster Rancher as well. That was amazing.
That's cool.
Monster Rancher.
Yo, do you like anime?
Rancher. And then it was going Digimon, Digital Monsters, Digimon are the champions. Change into
What are your favorite animes? Do you like anime?
Yeah, I love anime.
What are your favorite
first anime
Wait, I think Brian's trying to say
old,
something.
the first anime I ever sunk my teeth into was Yu Yu Hakusho.
Okay. All right. Brian,
Dude,
what are you
have
going
you
to
ever
say?
played-
Talking about it as anime. What are you doing?
Have you ever played Digimon on PlayStation? On the original?
Yes, I did. Digimon World 2, Digimon World 3, and the card game.
Okay, cool.
And also I played Digimon Rumble Arena. That game was awesome too.
Cool.
Yeah, Brian just got here. RGS is running laps around all of us.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I'm trying to tell you, RGS. You need a show with just him.
Well, he
and
said
you.
he likes Spider-Man. You like the new Spider-Man games? That's like Taladia. Taladia loves the new Spider-Man game.
Spider-Man's an awesome Marvel character. But back then he was underutilized until that was until the 1994 animated series. My favorite Spider-Man cartoon will always be the 1994 animated series. You know, the one that goes like, Spider-Man!
Oh my goodness.
Spider-Man!
Hell yeah, dude.
Spider-Man!
Tommy, you like that show? You watch that show?
I hate it now. I absolutely fucking hate it.
Yeah. I like it.
Oh, man, come on.
I like when this guy says
that was really cool. I like Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's awesome.
All right. I have to regain some control. RGS, you are a power of energy, so we gotta take it down a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited to see you there.
My second favorite Spider-Man cartoon is a Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yeah, based. I like that one too.
Pokemon 15. I don't know if this is on your channel or mine. I have no idea. It's a SuperGeoff gamer.
I don't know what
Super
the fuck
stick.
is today. What the fuck?
Let me check.
Y'all fucking with me or something?
No.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Okay.
Why would we mess with you with great content?
Demonetize.
Okay.
All right.
Well.
Hey, Kami, what do you think of the new Spider-Man? What do you think?
You want to move this around, huh? This show around days, huh?
Yeah.
What do you want to do on the Saturdays,
what have you been playing, Kamikaze? Because I'm happy you got here. Let's just say what we're playing. Try to keep to a few things. All right, what have you been playing, man?
Fuck it. It doesn't matter anymore.
Yes, it does. It does matter. It does matter. What's the last game you bought? What's the last game you bought?
Fuck, I don't know.
Are you okay, Kamikaze?
He's like his brains just shut down.
Wait, I need to ask this. Kamikaze, are you okay? Seriously?
Yeah, he's fine. He's
Why
fine.
you say that?
Fine.
He's fine.
He's fine.
He's just reeling from the Spider-Man song. That's it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that shit got me fucked up, dog.
You know what?
I'm
I'm
sorry,
just
but-
saying.
all the way up,
That
boys.
guitar solo gets everyone.
We're all.
What about?
we all
What
love-
about? Did you
I
see the Mortal Kombat trailers? Who here saw the Mortal Kombat trailers? Did you see the new one?
No.
Um,
This was retro. What are we doing? What do you mean Mortal Kombat? That's too new. That thing. You saw those graphics?
Wait, Mortal
Hey,
Kombat is more. Okay, I will say this about Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
Mortal Kombat
Yeah,
in the
hell yeah.
90s
Hell
was
yeah.
the first game to get most games the ESRB rating
Finally.
because the game was too violent. That's why.
It's like the
in
Gremlins of
arcades.
video games. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, brothers, yeah.
Did you see the new? Did you see the new? Who saw the new Mortal Kombat trailer? Just came out with the character. What's his name?
Garrus.
Garrus. That was amazing, man. But I could bring that up real quick.
I love Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
When is subscribers saying RGS has some hot takes? I'm here for all of it.
Yeah.
What's that?
When you subscribe, one of your chat people are saying that
It's a mod.
RGS has some hot takes. I'm here to hear all of it.
Oh, that's Rhea. She's a fan already. RGS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ray's,
Right,
Ray,
that's right.
Hi, Rhea. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, she's a good
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah.
she's good people. As
All
I
right.
said.
When
So
I
let
was
me
a little kid, I used to watch this Hanna-Barbera cartoon called SWAT Cats.
Okay.
That was the only Hanna-Barbera
SWAT
cartoon I
cats.
liked.
It was a SWAT team
Cats.
of cats. Was it a SWAT team?
No, it's a two. There's two characters. There's there's a
T-Bone and Razor.
yeah,
Oh.
T-Bone Razor, and then they were fighting. They was like the Turtles at the time.
Oh, I would totally watch a movie or a show of a SWAT team of cats.
What about a
should-
game with baby?
Put it up on little meat prep. I think you should go ahead and check that out, man. It's pretty
We're
good.
going in. Go.
Thank you, Rhea, for welcoming me. I really appreciate that.
Oh, and another thing, if you want to check out some more Hanna-Barbera stuff, you could go on Kiss Cartoons. They got a whole bunch of good stuff on there.
Cool.
Oh, it's more
For Hanna-Barbera, you like Hanna-Barbera, Jeff?
Oh, I'm always
This
big
is-
into
this is
Hanna-Barbera.
cool.
I love
me
all
too.
the classics.
I love the Hanna-Barbera stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yogi Bear, all of them.
Kamikaze. I got to know if you're because I know you're good at fighting games. Are you looking forward to this one? Have you been playing?
I mean, I'll play it when it goes on sale. I don't know. Mortal Kombat games have always like
Doomslayer is
Yeah.
going to be
Grassy knows
in the
what's up.
DLC.
Is that confirmed? Is Doomslayer really
Yeah,
in that
Street
shit?
That's
Yeah.
the
Beaver Brother
the-
knows it too.
Yeah.
Good choice, guys. I like
Yeah,
those
that's the
cartoons.
rumor right now is that Doomslayer may be in the Combat Pack 2. What about, are you interested in Homelander, Omni-Man?
That's cool that they're in there. Yeah, but
Peacemaker.
again, Mortal Kombat, like that's not like I love fighting games, but like Mortal Kombat's like one of the ones that like I'll pick up way later on.
Yeah.
So do I, Princess Ichigo. I like the Tomentary Kids theme song.
Okay.
What's it called?
Yeah, Tom and Jerry
Kamikaze-
Kid.
Good
Yeah.
theme song.
Wait,
Did
Kama-
you
wait,
play
can I say something
Street
about-
Fighter 6? Yeah, go ahead, Claudia.
Kamikaze is the
Speaking of Street Fighter
best.
6, I'm gonna buy
Well,
that.
RGS,
game.
we got
Street Fighter 6 is amazing.
we got to try to wait our turn a little bit here so we could get more people.
Okay, I'm
Little
sorry.
bit.
No,
Shit.
that's all right. That's all right. You just have a lot of energy. That's all. Okay. So what were you gonna say, Taladia?
I agree with Kamikaze. Wait for the sale for MK1.
Oh,
Even
really?
though
You too?
Yeah, I'm not gonna pick it up day one.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you play Street Fighter 6 yet, Kami?
Oh yeah, man. I got that shit on day one, bro. I told you.
I got to
you
play
played it.
some
I
more of
told
that
you.
Street Fighter 6.
That's Perp's game.
Yeah, wait, y'all
Fighter
want to
6.
do what you was doing that fight night and shit, bro? Throw me on
Yeah.
that bitch.
Let's do Street
yeah.
Fighter 6.
I'm
Come on,
fuck-
jury
I'm
man. Let's
fucking
go.
y'all
Let's
up.
go.
I'm fucking y'all up.
I was giving Lucifer trouble. Let's go.
Yeah,
Alright,
yeah,
so-
yeah.
I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you trouble, my brother.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you trouble.
Well, who's your
Ra-
main?
Rational is
We
Right
just
got
now,
trolling
Ken,
me 'cause
I
he
already
knows I'm
pre-ordered the fucking the shit with Akuma. Who's the other fucking two? But I got it strictly for Akuma because Akuma's my guy.
Okay.
All
right. I'm a jury main, so be prepared.
Jury?
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, jury.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, everybody's
Get ready for
a
those
problem.
kicks, bro.
Yeah,
Get ready
right.
for those kicks.
Everybody's
Hey,
everybody's
RGS
a
is-
problem in the right hands. I'll leave it at that.
All right.
Hey Max,
Art-
did you think your super chat?
Oh yeah, I will. RGS, we can't be watching anime in the background.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
we can.
Oh,
Oh, he
yeah,
knows what's
yeah.
up.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're going to have to cut the volume down a bit.
Hell
man.
yeah.
I want to get no copyright.
But Shannon, make sure it's a degenerate one.
Pep, don't egg him on.
Well, you know what? RGS, maybe I'm gonna have you on for the interview, okay, man?
No, please.
Okay.
Can I be there? Can I be on the interview?
Yeah, me and Perp.
Yeah, all right,
We're gonna invite you back for an interview.
We want to
RGS.
talk. I'm gonna ask you about all the
Cool.
different animes you like and stuff like that.
Cool, guys.
Can you hear
I
me?
love you on an interview.
So
Awesome.
Yeah,
all right,
we'll-
here's
yeah,
the
we'll
super
have you, buddy.
Pokemon Wand $15.99 super sticker. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that.
You're
So
welcome.
let me
Anytime, you guys.
let me pimp out RGS's channel. I'm gonna have you on, me and Perp, an
Yeah.
exclusive interview, and if you want to come back next time, and if you're able to head out for now, because it seems like you're interested in watching something, man.
Yeah, we
All
won't
right.
get no copyright.
Yeah. But it was really nice meeting you, man.
RGS, dude.
Yeah, I
thank
can't wait.
you.
I can't wait
Thank
to
you.
talk to you, dude.
You're welcome.
All right,
See ya.
we'll see you next time.
You have fun, man.
All right, have a good time, you guys. Peace.
All right, man.
All right, bye. Thank
It's
you.
gonna be
Thank
fun
you. All
interview.
right. Cool dude.
Yeah,
A
he's
lot of energy.
I like
lot
it.
of energy.
He likes a lot of things,
He's a
man.
big
That's
fan.
awesome.
He's
That's
a very
great.
big fan of mine. So he likes my content.
Cool.
Cool.
I
Nice.
do too. All right,
thank
so
you.
here is, you got to see this though, Kami. This trailer is legit. I'm not going to play it all the way through, but Jarrus, this character, they made him a lot cooler in this one.
He was an MK11.
Yeah, he was an MK11, but his moves look better or something. I don't know. Some of the, I guess I could play it a little bit here. Yeah. Ooh,
Oh,
I like the sand stuff. I don't know. It just looks a lot. The new character redesign just looks a lot cooler to me.
Fun fact: Phil Lamar is actually voicing him.
Ooh,
Okay.
Phil Lamar is awesome.
yeah,
I love Phil Lamar.
yeah. That Samurai Jack.
Yeah, Samurai Jack. He's a legend.
Yeah,
He's done everyone.
Reading bro
Yeah,
reference
yeah.
in there.
He did
or I'm out.
T'Challa for the anime for I think a video game.
What's that, Kami?
There's gonna be a reading rainbow reference in there. Or I'm out.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
And this was
Is that
showing up,
is that a cameo that he's using the cameo like that, or oh, now my internet shit. I'm getting better internet next week.
good?
Damn it.
How do you guys feel about the cameo? I don't think that's enough, man. I don't think that's like.
I would like a
game-changer or
full on
anything.
tag. I would love a full on tag.
Mortal
really?
Kombat's overdue for to unbreak their stale of 1-on-1. Like every other fighting game has done a different route to a degree, and Mortal Kombat's way overdue for changing up their shit.
But don't you think
In
that's
my-
too
in
small of
my
a step?
opinion, and in
Don't
my
you think that's
opinion.
too small of a step compared to all the other games that do that?
Not really, because Street Fighter 6 has done 1v1 and they're fucking killing it. They sold like 2 million copies.
They have a tag system in Street Fighter though, where you could bring in like
Right, but what
the-
I'm saying is they stuck to their roots still and changed it up enough to still fucking sell a lot of copies, is what I'm
Gotcha.
saying.
okay.
Yes.
They didn't compromise who they were.
But I feel like Street Fighter has also experimented, but Mortal Kombat has not. I feel like they're stuck
Yeah.
in this reboot
bubble.
of reboots, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They're stuck in a bubble, basically.
Yeah.
3D was amazing.
You're maining PlayStation now, Kami, or Xbox?
Whatever the fuck.
Well, I mean,
whatever.
what do you play most of though? Like if there's a new game out that's multi-plat, what system would you get it on?
It really that also depends. It's
Max is trying to basically say to you, try get Disney Speedstorm next week, which is free to play. That's what he's trying to say.
Oh, okay.
I don't know,
It's
man.
a
I've
good-
been kind of in a gaming funk. I don't know.
Oh,
I haven't
really?
Well, I'm playing Ender Lilies. My boy Jason BMG told me it was a good game. That shit's pretty fun so far. It's tough.
Okay.
It's like
What is the game?
it's called Ender Lilies. It's like it's basically like Hollow Knight. If you ever played Hollow Knight.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of what I've been playing recently. But I've also been playing a fuck ton of zombies on Cold War because that was a free game on PSN this month.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I bought Vanguard a long time ago and for no reason just picked it up randomly just because I was like, you know what? I should play it because I paid for it. The zombies mode on that, I know it's a newer one, but I feel like the Cold War zombies is better than that one.
Yeah.
That's cool. I haven't really gotten to Call of Duty much. I have it. I have that too because I have PlayStation Plus, but I haven't played it yet. So
Yeah.
I feel like Tears of the Kingdom kind of fucked me up a little bit because I feel like it kind of had the Elden Ring effect on because it was such a good game and when it was done, it was like, what the fuck do you play after that? I kind of like in a little gaming funk after that.
Joe, if you were in Mortal Kombat 1, everyone would buy it. That's all I'm saying.
What's his fatality?
If they had all the presidential candidates in
Comes behind you and snips your soul right out of your body.
Yeah.
50 from the shoulder. That
like,
would be
it's like a Sleepy Joe thing or something. He puts you to sleep.
His finishing move, he goes, "God save the queen," and it like snaps your neck.
And then Dark Brandon
man.
comes out.
This one?
Come on,
His
man.
animality is Dark Brandon.
How about this one? Would you shut up, man?
Yeah, right.
Just shut up, man.
Come on,
Malarkey.
man. Come on,
Malarkey.
Yo, that's a good one. Like, man, come on, man. You ain't fucking with me.
The Malarkey fatality. And then he throws
Come on,
Hunter Biden's
man.
His
laptop.
finishing move is the Secret Service comes out of the bushes and just takes care of your ass.
Oh yeah,
He plants drugs on you.
His
Tripping down-
his cameo will be Hunter Biden's laptop. Just
Oh.
And the opponent's face melts like the end of Indiana Jones.
Kamala Harris
Oh,
just comes
boy.
out and cackles you to death.
yeah, it's just
Oh wow,
cut you the neck.
Yeah.
politics.
Where did we get into that? How did Joe?
Bro,
Sleepy
your
Joe
fault.
hitting us again with his magic.
I've been actually I've been playing light gun games, Kamikaze.
you did what now?
Light gun games
Lake on
still have
games.
on my Tube TV.
Nice.
Yeah, I saw you. Yeah.
I
Like
played last night. I played Crypt Killer on the PS.
Oh,
do
that's
remember
that
that.
shit. That's that shit. Yeah, it's corny as fuck, but I love that game. I love that.
Oh
fucking
yeah,
game.
I've been for me.
You got a light
personally-
gun for that shit?
yeah.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up.
For me, I've been playing DC Universe Online, and then I hopped back into Injustice. I was just like, you know what?
Really?
Yeah, I was
What
just like,
what are you playing on? Like, what are you playing Injustice on?
a PlayStation.
Oh, PlayStation.
Yeah, because I got PS5. So
Yeah, there you go. Is it like I haven't? You know what? I have it on PS4. Is it like one of those games that got upscaled or upresed for
No.
PS? It didn't. Okay.
no, but it's still good enough that you can play with. There's a lot of people playing that game. So I was just like, I'll hop into it, jump online, see what the, see what people are saying, and I'm beating their asses, whooping them left, right, and center.
And you're talking about the first one, the first Injustice. Is
No,
that-
the second one.
Oh, you're playing the second one. Oh,
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
Because the first one is dead in the
Oh, it
water.
is.
You mean
Yeah.
no one's playing online?
No one's playing online for the first one.
Mm.
I actually like
Wow.
the first one better.
Same.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
second one
but-
but the second one had Ninja Turtles on there, so that's the cool thing about.
Oh,
the
that's a
second
good point. That is a
Yeah.
that
No,
is
but
a
the first,
solid point.
the first one had skins. Second one was too gear focused, I think.
Huh.
Too much gear focused. That's why I'm just like, I just thought play that and then play DC Universe Online because I'm into my DC games.
Yeah.
And I'm still waiting for Marvel Spider-Man 2 because that's a
Oh
game.
yeah.
Yeah,
We were talking about that the other day, Kami. That
Gonna
new
be
Spider-Man.
fire, bro. That's just gonna be
Absolutely.
fucking
Did you play
fire.
both the Spider-Man and
I
Morales?
played Miles Morales. I played Spider-Man 1. Oh my god,
Dude.
Spider-Man 1. Miles Morales should technically be the better game, but I still think Spider-Man 1's better.
No,
Yeah.
but it's.
I
but
really
you know,
enjoyed Spider-Man 1. The first Spider-Man was pretty good.
Yeah, the remaster and Miles Morales is on sale, so I do know that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
that's
if
good.
you want a PS5, if you're on PlayStation 5,
Is
you'll
it
get
the
the remaster.
PS5 version? Because I know
Yes.
there's a okay.
Yes, you'll be able
That
to get a
fucking
PS5.
console looks fire though. Like it looks.
Dude.
Oh yes.
yeah.
I want to get the controller. I'm so.
Oh
Yeah, they're
dude,
still on the
the
controller.
controllers are so
separately
damn
too,
good.
yeah.
Oh,
I was
okay.
talking-
Hell
I was talking
yeah.
to Destiny about that on your Twitch channel.
Really?
yeah,
Is it
it's like
possible to buy the panels?
yes.
know, It is.
Somebody
yeah.
will probably make them. Was it D-Brand or somebody who makes these fucking panels for your PS5 or what have you?
I'm not sure, but I do know the panels and the controller are separate, and they're much cheaper to get.
So you can buy the panels for this?
Yeah,
Okay.
They're
That's-
gonna scalp that shit though. That
Dude,
shit's
that's-
gonna get scalped.
I wonder how much they go for because that's actually really cool. I like that.
Yeah. Injustice is still alive on the PS3. Trying to find people playing it though.
Hey, you know what?
Well, I
have?
don't play online though much.
I have
for those
Injustice on
games.
the Wii U, Max. We should we should try it on the Wii U.
Oh,
I got
it's a
one. I
good
got
buddy.
one.
All
Let's
right.
go.
The bro
Whoa,
is here.
What the hell? What the hell is this?
What's that?
Who's this
what,
guy?
What time do you call this?
I heard I heard there was an all-star on the panel, so I had to show up.
Oh, shut up.
John, should you go retro in 2023?
It's a loaded question, man.
Yeah, what does that
Yeah.
mean?
What does it even mean?
Yeah,
Go
explain what
off.
you mean.
Well,
Go
what
Like
do you
stop
think-
playing
what
modern
do you-
games and
what
just
do
play
you-
retro
no,
games?
No, what do you think it means? Should you emulate? Should you go get the retro consoles, retro games?
I think if you just want to play the games, I think emulating is your best option.
Yeah, I think so too.
100%.
Should you go track down? Should you start from scratch? Track down a console and start getting games.
I think you have to be a collector at this point
Really?
to want to do that. Yeah, I don't think
It's not a good
I
hobby. It's not
I
a
don't
good
think
hobby
there
for casual-
I don't think there are people buying original hardware games that are just buying them to play them. I think those people are we've moved into this phase now. I had this conversation with someone in my Discord because they were talking about how some resellers don't like emulation because it takes away their customers. I'm like, I don't think that's the case anymore. Maybe that was the case like 10 years ago. But now, or maybe 5 years ago, when like the NES Classic and all that started to get popular, I think like probably up to 2015, up to 2016, I think there were people that, I want to play Super Mario Brothers 3 again. I'm gonna go buy a Nintendo and a Super Mario Kart. I think the people that like those people who are having that like experience now, they just go buy an NES Classic or some other emulation device on Amazon for $70. I think the people buying original hardware are just doing so at this point to collect.
Let me ask you a question,
Collector's
John.
item.
Do you think I'm stupid for buying a ColecoVision? Like,
Ye-
give me your
yes.
Okay.
No hesitation. Just yes.
No, it was just a straightforward answer. It's like, yeah.
I accept that.
I think there are people out there that just don't know that stuff exists, though. Real facts. Like, I don't think. I know it sounds crazy. Like, I do think there's people out there like that do not understand. You don't have to buy this console and that game with that controller. They don't understand that.
One retro console I have is the Sega Genesis.
Oh
The
yeah.
Sega Mega.
Yeah.
You
I
know
sti-
what? That's awesome, man.
You gotta
I
get
love
you
the
a,
Genesis.
you gotta get you an EverDrive for that Genesis, man.
You know what happened to me, bro?
Yeah.
John? Too many games. When I showed you that Sega Rally, I went back to get that copy. It's like, that's a pristine copy of Sega Rally. And then I got my 360 out of storage and I started going through my 360 games and I'm loving it. And I would highly recommend if you want, if you're not a hardcore collector and you want some retro experience, I would say Xbox. There's still some bright spots you could do. The original Xbox and 360.
I don't really think that's considered retro though.
Yeah.
I would say like the
Oh,
That's
that's
not
a different
retro.
art.
That's not right. No, dude, the 360 is not
How
retro.
many
Come on.
years does
It's
something
retro
have
now.
to be to be
That is
considered
absolutely
retro?
not retro.
That's
No,
like
it's not.
saying Nirvana's classic rock. Get outta
I
here.
think anything. I think
Yeah,
that.
that shit fucked me up though. When I'm on the classic rock station, and Nirvana comes on. I'm like, God damn, I'm
Right.
I think
Right,
anything
bro.
that I mean could dude, because like that was 7th gen. You're still going online downloading DLC. That shit's not retro. That's
but
modern
John,
gaming.
but
That's
John,
two
Martin,
consoles back.
Well, when will it be classified as retro? I
What
think
if
would
you
be the
were
question.
born in like the year 2000 and you were a little kid when you
Yeah.
had a 360?
Right. That's
That
some
does-
people's childhoods. I consider
That's
retro.
not right. I don't consider it retro.
You're
He's
in
gonna do a
balance.
hot take video. All right.
I'll die on this hill. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Would
So
you-
when does something become retro? I think that's the question.
The thing is,
How many
it's too
years-
similar.
how many
It's
years?
too similar to modern gaming. It's the same.
there's
It's-
a lot
it's-
of the.
Let me tell you something before I continue. I agree with
updating.
you. I agree with you, by the way, because because I'm old as fuck. I feel like that is considered like shit. That was like fucking damn near fucking 18, 19 and shit when whatever have you. But what I'm saying is like, but when do we get to classify that as retro? When does that become retro?
I consider it retro. I mean, I'm fine with his definition of retro. He is the retro bro.
I decide.
He is the authority.
No,
But
no.
it's retro to me.
No,
yeah, and
that's
a
not how
lot
that
of
works.
people had that as their childhood, and now they have Switches and PS4, PS5s. You know,
Yeah.
I consider it. What do you think, Taladia, Jeff, Brian?
It's not.
I think what considers retro is like second from the Atari up to, I'd say, the Xbox or the PlayStation 2.
Okay.
Yeah, same. I think the GameCube and Xbox and PS2.
All right.
That-
Cyrus?
That's
Well,
just me. though.
my only thing is like, I think if you were born, it just depends on when you were born. To me, like, because what is retro? Like to us, it means something, but like I don't know. Like I don't know. Like
I
to
think
me,
it means childhood. It's like it's from your childhood. It's retro.
That's fair. That's a good
Yeah.
call. Yeah.
But
we got
but
the
I
dividing
see
line
John's
here.
point too, because like gaming went through phases of like what a game was, right? Like 2D graphics, super simple stuff like the ColecoVision and television. Then it got better with the 8-bit NES and all that. Then it got better with the 16-bit, and then it turned into 3D polygons, and then that evolved, and it became like more and more detailed polygons. By the time you get to the 360, the games that look like, if you see a 360 game, there are 360 games that look the same or close to the same as a game that comes out on a new Xbox, you know? So I see John's point of view. Like that's, by the time you get to that point, games have evolved so much. You ask yourself, is this qualifying as retro if all this other stuff from the past is retro? Because there's
yeah, exactly.
There's
Like,
an evolution.
Perfect example of a game that like spanned consoles. Grand Theft Auto GTA 5.
Yeah.
Okay, that came out for the 360 or the PS3, lived the life of a PS4. Now you can play the same game on a PS5.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah, is GTA 5 retro if you played it on a 360?
Well, I looked it up on
According to
Reddit.
Max, it is.
Oh!
Don't look it up on
oh.
Reddit. Look it up on the Merriam-Webster's or Oxford Dictionary.
I
Go to
know.
Reddit. By the way, the
was
definition
gonna be the next
of
question.
retro of retro is just gonna throw an even bigger wrench into this topic, because
But I
I've
think
done
that-
this before.
But I think that deserves to be explored. What is the actual like fucking Oxford Dictionary? Fucking the source.
It's like something. It's like a thing of the It's like a I forget how they. You have to pull it up,
Well,
but it's,
I would love to pull it up because I'm curious now.
Well, I mean, I understand people have different definitions of it. Consoles no longer being produced, games no longer being released, and I do think different time of your life, like some people's childhoods, big difference in graphics and features. I'm still pretty happy with the 360 revisiting it, just because not all the games need an update when you pop them in. Some are just ready to go. Some of them
It's
have it right
interesting
on.
that retro means something patterned after an old style. It doesn't have to be old or from a particular era, but it resembles or imitates trends and trend cycles of recent past. Both vintage and retro give an amazing opportunity of creating an spiral and visual style in clothing, etc., etc.
Do you know that you can grade VHS tapes? Just like you can
grade
do
VHS?
comic
Well,
books?
they didn't get anything graded these days.
Bro, is that for real? Man, I fucked
Yeah.
myself. I threw away so many fucking VHS tapes.
Yeah.
To Goodwill. and shit,
They're
bro.
not worth anything. I mean,
Oh, but
regular
apparently they are.
VHS regular VHS tapes are not. The ones that are worth something are a lot of like B-rated type horror movies that never made it to DVD. Pretty much, if it hasn't gotten converted to DVD, it could possibly be worth
Oh
something.
yeah, well, I wasn't
But-
missing much.
Sealed are.
Yeah, I mean, you could grade you could grade anything. I've seen people grade Switch games. It doesn't make it valuable. That just makes the person stupid.
It depends on if there's a buyer.
I wonder if I could.
There's buyers for this right
There's
now.
a market for anything.
There's a market for
anything.
VHS right now, but who knows if it's going to continue. In a few
I wonder if
years.
I could grade blank VHS tapes.
Bro, if you recorded like the Scramble channel on them,
Put a bunch of ring tapes in there.
Or
if you had, like,
better
a
yet, old
Blockbuster sticker,
80s or
maybe.
90s commercials,
Yeah.
those could probably go for a high dollar.
Here's
There
one
you go.
for
Because there's some
for-
commercials like retro shit, like you can't find these like commercials and shit for shit anymore, you know what I mean?
Perp, what
here's
were you
one
saying,
for
man?
Perp.
Ring. Oh,
To put a Blockbuster sticker in a blank VHS would probably sell something.
Evil Dead first print.
Damn.
It's Evil Dead 2.
They got
These
the
are not
Nintendo.
going as high as some, you know, great.
you know when
Yeah,
you said that,
no,
I was thinking
they're
like in
not.
the thousands. Like I'm glad I'm giving them shits away.
Look at that PS2 game I mentioned, Rule of Rose. Look at how much that's going. I don't have the cover. I only have the disc, but it's worth a lot if you could get a cover in PS2 game. If you could get the cover unsealed or sealed.
So did
Worth
we
up to
decide,
thousands of
or did
dollars.
we finish
No.
with our
I
discussion?
think John's probably right, but I like calling it retro. I like that. I can't have
That
it.
shit,
I
that shit
can't have
fuck
that,
with him.
John.
He got it in his soul there.
When did they stop making games for
This one.
360?
Oh, that's a good question, John. I don't know. I know.
It had to be like 2013, 2000. It had less than 10 years
yeah.
ago.
Remember that game?
Because I played the first Destiny on 360.
Titanfall came out on 360, right?
Yeah, so did Destiny.
Yeah.
I would say
Last two
personally
games.
for me, when I would start calling something not retro, would probably be like probably Super Nintendo. After that, I feel like after Super Nintendo, everything went to like disc-based shit. And I before that, I would classify that as retro.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment. It's gonna be personal, right? It's gonna be like what you grew up with and where you draw that
Yeah.
distinction between where
That's
it's
fair.
changed. So, I think that's a good evaluation of that.
Anyone
Who is
get in?
typing, by the way? That is really
No, John's
loud.
John's dedicated to something right now. He's playing.
Yeah.
Oh,
John,
I
are
can
you,
see. I can see it.
John, are you
Lights flashing,
gaming
look.
right now?
Yeah,
John's like, oh yeah, nodding like he's
What you
paying
playing?
attention.
What are you
I'm
playing?
listening. Don't worry. Symphony of the Night. I'm doing another run through this game. More for
How many
like
times have you
1,000.
played that? How many times have you played it?
I,
If you could guess, how many times have you played?
if I could guess,
Have you played through the game, like beat the game?
Bro, what a deep thought right now.
at least 20 times.
Good
At least
Wow.
at least 20 times. There's probably a lot more than that.
Wow.
That's great, man.
I don't know. Is it? Is it?
It's crazy. That's a crazy amount.
Hey,
of
y'all got
time.
any more of them Castlevania games?
Come on, man.
I've no death run it. The last like 5 times I've played it, I've no death run it without
Is this
even
the game
trying.
you have, Perp?
Yeah, I got this game, but I don't have. I only have the disc, so I don't know how much
What the
it's
fuck
worth.
even
but
is that?
it's
He
a
has
horror
this-
game, survival
It's a
horror.
rare one. I've heard of
It's a
that.
very
before.
rare one. Yeah.
What?
I also have
Yeah, yeah.
Clock Tower 3. That's another kind of rare one.
Mm.
The horror resell on video games. Those keep their
Yeah.
price. A lot of them. Not everyone, but
I think Silent Hill 4 is worth something.
yeah, the Silent Hill
Oh,
series.
Silent Hill 2.
Sheesh.
Silent
Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2 is my favorite game of all time.
I could never get into the Silent Hill series.
Silent Hill
I'm
2 is
one
your
of the
favorite
weird
game
ones.
of all time?
Of all time, yeah.
Silent Hill.
Okay,
It's pretty
love
good. I actually have it on PC.
I think
I
the
my,
story
Is
is
that
so
the one
good.
where he
Silent
goes to
Hill
the
before.
town
That's
and then
pretty
you start off and you run through like that little like weird maze
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
the lady's impaled on the shit. That's Silent Hill 2, right?
Yeah.
Dave,
I'm
you
not
heard of
I'm
this?
not like a conventional gamer where I'm really into the horror stuff, and that's what I do with my
Damn, PS2
I was
Silent
trying to
Hill
remember
games,
which one was
113.
which because it's been a long
What
time.
about retro comic books?
I
They
can't-
do.
Yeah,
they-
I love comic books, but I could not.
That's
get
a Brucifer
I'll
book.
watch
Really?
that shit online. I'll
That-
read them shits online. I don't got time for this.
Let
shit.
me
It's
ask you.
really
Let me ask you a
expensive.
question about comic books. Aren't
Yeah.
listen to me for a second. Don't take this the wrong way.
If you think
but
video games are expensive, whew.
let me ask
Yeah,
you this: Do you
exactly.
think aren't all comic books retro? Like just because they're comic books?
No,
I
Because
don't-
everything's digital now, you mean? If it's a
Yeah, I
physical
mean it's an
comic book?
older medium. It's an older. It's it's a throwback
You
to.
mean like getting like a physical
But I'm-
copy is like picking up a record.
I still
vinyl
look,
record?
dude. I know how to fucking read, right? But I don't. I choose not to because it's fucking boring and stupid to me, right? Shoot me in the fucking face. I don't care. TV is 2 times as fast as information. I don't care. It just is. All right. But my whole point is like Barnes and Noble, like when I go in there, like might be novelty gifts or some shit. Like I'm not buying books, bro. Like I don't got time. I'm not. Look, I don't care. I don't care. Shoot me in the fucking face. I don't read books. I
don't think we have to
comic
shoot
books
you
are
in the
something
face.
different.
I don't want to shoot you.
Back in the day,
we don't wanna shoot
I
nobody.
like comic books and shit when I was a kid, but it's like now
Look
if I
at
want to
the
do this shit,
flowers.
I'll fucking find that shit digitally.
Digital
Oh, is this-
comics are
Oh,
cool.
clock
That's
tower.
that's the Rule of Rose, and I put it in the clock tower thing. That's the copy I have. of Rule of Rose.
Okay. Nice.
Nice,
Did
man.
you just take that photo just to show off the Batgirl?
I put the back row so everyone knew it was me. Okay.
Hashtag
You can see in the bottom there. You can see in the
Lucky
bottom there it
like
says
Crash
"Release
Mode.
the Batgirl."
Yeah.
yeah, hashtag release the back.
Oh, hey, Max. Speaking of movies, man, I didn't tell you, but I watched The Flash finally.
Okay.
Thoughts?
Loved it.
I haven't
Loved
seen
it.
it
Did you
yet.
really?
Yeah, absolutely. It's
I hope
phenomenal,
it finds
dude.
a. I hope it
haven't
finds
Dude,
an
if-
audience
watched it
digital.
yet.
It is. Chris, I sent you. I'll send you something later. But I don't know. As like a big Batman fan, especially in the '90s,
Okay.
just seeing Keaton was
Yeah.
I'm a
was
big Batman
amazing.
fan too,
God,
so-
yeah, that movie just reinforced my theory that he's still the best Batman. There's just not even. It's not even any.
Oh,
it's
I
not even
love seeing
close.
him, Yeah.
Yeah,
At the very
not
least,
even close.
visually, at the very least, he has the perfect look. Like
I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to just watch it
You,
because
you gotta watch it, Cyrus,
Yeah.
dude. You gotta watch it. The special
watched-
effects were janky. I know a lot of people had mentioned that. I thought they looked funny too. So I don't know what was going on there.
Like the tone of the weird like gimmick, like did
Yeah,
it fit
the speed,
whatever?
the speed force.
Speed Force, yeah.
Yeah.
That didn't really bother me. I've watched a lot. I've watched a lot of the WC, The Flash.
Oh.
and-
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
My wife was
Kinda
watching
used
that.
to
And I'm
it.
like, "What are you doing?" And she's like,
No, the first couple seasons are actually really good of that
Yeah,
show.
she got. I walked in there. I
Yeah.
was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
And
You don't
much
know
like
what
everything
the
else WC did, it just went downhill fast.
Hey,
like
can
by
I ask
season
you a
3, season
question?
4.
Did that Batgirl show that got like whatever that movie that
Movie.
got canceled?
Movie.
Did Michael Keaton have scenes in that too?
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think so. There is a rumor that there was a Batmobile action sequence with the Tim Burton Batmobile,
He was trying to get.
Aw,
up
man.
there.
which would have been awesome to see.
But
yeah,
you know,
I,
but I was gonna say is that I went to see the Flash at the theater, and my God, that was the first time I got to see Michael Keaton on the big screen
Yeah,
Oh.
Mike Keaton's the best.
as
I saw
Batman.
Batman and Batman
Are you still
Returns in
straight?
the
Are you
theater
still
back
straight
in the
after
day.
that?
It was really cool.
Yeah, I
back
love
then.
that movie, especially with Jack Nicholson's the Joker. That was the best one.
Oh, dude, the first
Jeff.
'89 Batman is real. It's so good. It's
Yeah.
it's cheesy, yeah, but it's fun
Yeah.
as hell. It's so
Yes,
fun.
I still watch it to this day.
Absolutely. Yeah.
have you picked up any current gen or new gen games, John? That you've been playing?
Yeah, I beat well, I didn't beat. I picked up Shadow Warrior 3 Definitive Edition the other day. I haven't even got a chance to play it yet.
Oh, I was playing
So
on
I'll play
Game
through
Pass.
that. I finally finished Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem. I love those games. Those games are awesome. And
Would Lego be considered retro?
No,
Lego, like which
And actual Legos, yeah, that's retro.
actual? Well,
Like,
yeah, I
like,
guess.
I used to build them
Physical.
motherfuckers all the time.
Like 13.
Is stepping on Legos in the middle of the night considered retro?
Bro, that shit don't hurt that bad.
Oh, yes, it
I've stepped on-
does.
No,
Oh,
it
yeah.
doesn't. It's not that serious, bro. I've stepped on Legos a million times. On
it
This
hurts like
shit's not that
anything.
fucking serious. It's not that fucking serious. That shit's stupid.
Dude, it hurts like anything.
you got not. I mean,
Alright,
it's
would
all right if
rather
you got
step- alright,
carpet.
if it's that serious, would you rather step on Legos or would you rather step on glass?
Well, I mean,
All right, what I'm saying is Legos. They're like,
Glass,
oh my
like
god,
it's
the
damn like
worst
John
paint
McClane.
ever is Lego. It's not that fucking serious. Fuck. It's an
Boba
inconvenience at
Fett
best. Or
from,
you're just a pussy. I don't know what to tell you.
It hurts.
it just. I think it depends on the surface that the Lego is sitting on, and
Like
like
unawareness to it there. like,
yes,
the surprise
yes.
factor.
that's also an important distinction. Yes,
Still, you're
Lego
not
sneak
that
up on you.
serious.
yeah.
Not that serious.
they do.
Boba
They,
Fett minifigure from Cloud City is $4,000.
What the?
He's looking at Star Wars stuff. This is not a Star Wars show.
Well,
Bro, I didn't say
Not
like
yet.
build the whole model and then step on it or anything like
Max,
that.
are we doing movie stuff, or is this all retro
no,
show
I mean,
for the night?
I think I'm canceling the to the max part.
Oh, come on, Max.
What is to the max? Now you got
Movie
me
madness.
curious.
I actually wouldn't mind
I
talking
had-
about movies, man. I've
I
been
had
watching
good
some
movies.
movies.
All right.
Yeah, if you guys
Okay.
want to move on,
Dude,
dude, I'm
I
totally
think you've
fine.
been trying to underplay the Barbie success, honestly.
Yes.
I think it's because you
This
hate
man
women.
had the Barbie rant that I saw. I thumbs up the video. I didn't leave a comment. He
Yeah,
was
John,
like,
what
people-
was it you said about the Barbie thing? What,
Uh-oh.
the world needs to hear this.
It's a fucking Barbie movie. What do people expect? Barbie was made in like the 60s to be a figure for women empowerment. And people are like, oh my gosh, they're making fun of guys. Yeah, Barbie's the fucking main character. Like, have you ever watched a Barbie movie? Have you ever bought a Barbie accessory? Ken's like a side bitch. What is everyone freaking out about?
This is so
it's ridiculous.
This is so. Look at my tail.
It's true.
Wagging. Look at my tail wagging. I'm excited by that.
I went
I
so
100% agree.
So, I mean, what do people want? Like, did they want them to make a Barbie movie? By the way, I would be considered by most people a right-leaning person. But what did people expect? Did they expect like to go see a Barbie movie and Barbie's in like the kitchen pregnant making sandwiches? Like, I don't know what people wanted to see or what they expected here.
It's worse than
They,
that, bro.
they literally
People-
mass produce baby doll toys for girls because that's in their nature to nurture a child. Why do they make dolls for fucking young children, young girls to hold and to like little baby pees her own diaper or whatever? Like, it's literally they're tailored to women. I don't understand what the fuck.
I think it's fake outrage. It's like people want to get excited about it. We have to find something wrong with this movie, and this is.
I have gotten to a point where I think, look, call me a conspiracy theory. Movies, games, media will do fake outrage shit to draw attention to their XY movie.
Oh,
and
it's
what
yeah,
have
it's
you.
the
They
it's
just
the
make
internet.
up
You don't-
shit and controversy.
No, people
to
are
get
really
people
mad at this
talking
movie.
about it to actually. No, yeah. Are they really though? Are
Yeah,
they
they don't
really,
know
though?
why. They don't know why, but
Exactly, that's the point. They don't even know why they're fucking mad at it.
That's
Because
true.
the
I guess
media
you got a
told
point
them to
there.
be mad at it, so they're mad at it, and then everybody goes to watch it because like, should I be mad at it? If I should be mad at it, then I'll watch it. If I'm not, it's just stupid. It's stupid.
But what
shit.
Retro Bro was getting to is like, one of the things that's really funny is that the movie is basically how little girls play with Barbie. Like, that's the world that they're living in. Little girls play with Barbie, and oh, what a surprise! Little girls don't know what to do with Ken, so they discard Ken, right? So essentially what people are mad at is how little girls play with Barbie. Like, you're mad at a little girl essentially.
I haven't seen
little
it
girls
yet.
treat Ken.
I haven't seen it yet, but
is
everybody
that
I
how,
talked
like,
to.
is it like the Master Hand from like Smash Brothers, where it's like
No, it's
someone's
the
orchestrating
movie-
the whole thing?
The movie's greatest strength, in my opinion, is the surrealism and not really and just going with it. It's almost like an avant-garde movie. It's almost like it doesn't try to explain things. It just is, and you sort of have to put it together. It's like, oh shit, this is how little girls play with Barbie. That's the point of the movie. That's what they're doing here. And it's about this Barbie doll that, because a mom who's having an existential crisis happens to be playing with the Barbie. Now that Barbie is thinking of death. Now that Barbie is thinking of other things of real life and wants a taste
I
of
used
like
to
that
buy
real
my
life.
Raphael
Like,
doll.
It's
Ninja
very,
Turtle and
it's
just
like
shove it
almost
into
like
my sister's
mind blowing
Barbie
how
doll.
like
It is.
different and nuanced it is. It's really
Yeah,
cool.
I hear it. I hear it actually does have kind of a deep storyline to it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's almost like Inception in a weird way. I've
But,
compared it several times to the Dark. This is like the Dark Knight for girls in terms of like artistic integrity.
Fuck, yo. No, there's no
in
way
terms
this
of like
shit is this deep.
artistic
There's
integrity
no way
and
this shit
mainstream
is this
appeal,
deep, bro.
Yeah. In
I
terms
think
of
they're-
artistic
How much
like,
cocaine did you
art
do
and,
before
and
you watched
mainstream
this
appeal,
movie?
this is like something special.
Hey, let me ask y'all a question, because Mattel's made so much money from this Barbie. Or this Mattel cinematic universe thing, do you think that's possible? We could get like.
I don't think there's a
I don't
lot of
think
stuff they have that's going to succeed like this.
Well, what about
Like,
He-Man? What
Yeah,
about
He-Man, if they do it right.
Wasn't Hot Wheels Mattel originally, or
Yeah.
Didn't they
Hot
say is
Wheels.
Barbie Mattel?
Yes.
Bro, this sounds like a
Okay,
this is
well,
a
that's the
fetish
thing,
film.
though.
You're
They
looking for
might
a
have a
fetish film at this point.
No, they have a roof because they're gonna do these crazy weirdo artsy movies.
Yes,
Barney
exactly.
already did
That's my
that.
point.
Barney's doing that. Barney's already doing that. And by
But I think
Barbie's
they're trying to do like
success-
the Barney as a serial killer type approach thing.
I don't know. Yeah, they're gonna have a bunch of horror movies. of that thing. But
I don't know if I could get on board with Barney, man. Did you say Barney?
yeah,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
Barney.
Yeah, I see. Barney freaked me out because I was a little bit older. My little sister watched Barney, and that shit always creeped me out, man. I don't know.
I want to see Barney versus.
He was
Barney.
no one's that nice. That dude was a
it's gonna be
fucking
a
serial
horror
killer.
Barney versus who? Barney versus who?
John, it's gonna be a horror movie.
Stop it.
No,
No.
ask for.
Yeah, that's what it's.
I don't know if Barney's gonna be a horror movie.
What did you say? Barney versus who?
Barney
I think
versus
Barney, they're gonna
Barbie.
do like Where the Wild Things Are. Remember
Oh,
a long
okay.
time ago they did the
Let me
live
check
action
it
Where the
out.
Wild Things Are. It's like this whimsical.
Oi.
I think that's what they're gonna go for. Like a
Barney
Spike
and
Jones
H24.
thing.
They're doing something weird with it. Wait till you see the trailer. It's not just.
It's gonna be like an existential crisis thing. Watch. It's
Oh,
gonna be like a
God.
deep movie.
Yeah.
I'm down for that. I'm down for something different. It's gonna be different.
I love
It's amazing. I really suggest that if you're a fan of
Hey, why don't you take a seat right here, Barney?
I love to eat your guts. Just.
It would also be awesome if it's like a real T-Rex.
Dude.
Hey,
If
wait,
they
wait,
do
wait.
like
I got,
the Jurassic Park
wait, wait.
T-Rex.
At this point, I think you have a
Pep.
dinosaur
Pep.
fetish.
That would be
I think-
awesome. If they
This
do
is
a real
Pep-
dinosaur,
this is
and it's
Pep's
just Barney.
thing.
It's like, hey, he's your friend. It's like,
Yeah,
looks like
this
he's
is
gonna
Pep.
eat you.
This is Pep's thing because
Yeah, my thing.
yeah, because he's got baby hands, and Barney has baby hands.
At least I'm not a T-Rex, alright?
Wow. I just want to see like Barney, but performed by like Robert England. Like that would be awesome. Hi kids, and he's takes off the mask and it's actually Freddy Krueger, and he's got the
Yeah,
claws. It'd be awesome.
Fuck
This
you.
is Freddy cinematic.
It's gonna be
universe.
more of a. It looks like it's gonna be more of a. Alright,
No.
it's like it's gonna make more identity. It says.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a horror. I think they're gonna do the Where the Wild Things Are. Where
Yeah.
that movie failed, this one's gonna.
Sting, talk to me.
Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens when they're gonna do a Barbie.
No,
I mean,
I'm
Barney.
dying. I'm
Barney
doing
was like-
Operation Talk to Cobweb. Okay, I'm doing the Barbenheimer thing. I'm doing that with those two horror movies. It's called Operation Talk to Cobweb. I'm gonna watch 2 horror movies.
I wonder if they just.
Go on.
I wonder if they just do something different with Barney, but I think it would be a good idea if they could do like more of a Five Nights at Freddy style.
Oh,
I wanna
Five
see-
Nights at Freddy's, by the way, is coming out in October.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to see that bitch. I'm going to see that bitch.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought that could be a huge hit, but they are releasing it date and date in Peacock. I'm still gonna go to the theaters to see that. I want to support that movie. I think it's gonna be a fun time.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I
do.
still think that's-
It looks corny as fuck. I don't
Yeah.
care. The lore behind Five Nights at Freddy's, if you really dive into it, is
Yeah.
really fucking interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple videos of people explaining.
And
that.
I can't wait to hear. I also know that Matthew Lillard gonna be in the movie too.
Who?
Shaggy.
Oh.
Matthew Lillard, Stu from Scream.
Yeah.
Best
Ooh,
killer ever.
Cool.
So
You ever
Jigsaw's
seen that
coming
movie
back
with
too.
Nicolas Cage though? Called,
Yeah, Jigsaw. Yeah, I heard about that too.
with Nicolas Cage called
The Willy Wonderland. That one.
Willy and Wonderland.
Wonderland,
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
alright.
yeah,
I
that
watched
shit's
that.
nuts, bro. Bro, he was fighting a fucking animatronic like a gorilla in the bathroom of a plunger or some shit.
Yeah,
I have,
that.
I have a
thought
giant
it was
critique
hilarious.
about that though, man. Nick, if you're gonna have Nicolas Cage in your movie, you better have him say some funny shit. He
Yeah,
didn't say
he's
a
quiet. He
damn
doesn't.
word. He was just
But
quiet.
real
I think,
quiet. He's like-
look, we put Nick Cage in that scenario. I'm fucking sold.
Yeah, that's
bro.
true.
I'm
That's
fucking
Oh, there's a
sold.
new one. There's a new one that I want to see that just came out with Nicolas Cage.
Where he's a vampire.
Oh, that's really good.
No,
Renfield.
Drive with the Devil.
Hey,
Ride with the
Rhea,
Devil,
how-
that one.
Hey, Ray.
Rhea.
Hey, Ray.
Well,
I read Renfield. Renfield's
it's-
pretty good.
It's
Oh,
a
wow,
rare.
Rhea enters the chat.
Wasn't
It's a
expecting
rare.
you tonight. How are you doing?
She looks very like she's
Oh,
very
okay.
upset.
There's
She's
something
she's
on my
mad at
couch.
us or something.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, trying to think what else. John, what kind of light gun games do you like? Because I've been really, since I got my Turtles TV, I've been loving playing some PS1, PS2 light gun games.
Oh, dude, you have a Saturn?
No.
The Saturn has some
Yes.
awesome. I did a whole video on the Lycan games on the Saturn. Of course, the worst game on the Saturn is a Lycan game. It's called Crimson something. I forget. It's an awful game.
Oh, yes. I think they have one on the Dreamcast too. Was import only.
Yeah, but the one on the Dreamcast was better. It was like I have to look it up. I forget the exact name of it.
Dreamcast have light gun games, or am I stupid?
They had a couple.
Did they?
They had a couple. The guns. It's funny. Me and Cyrus were talking about this. The guns for the Dreamcast were weird.
Yeah, the ones they released in America were third party. They eventually, like, there was a first party light gun that came out in Japan.
Oh, because they
that
had
was
House
really
of the
good.
Dead on the Dreamcast.
Yes, House of the Dead 2.
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
Dreamcast.
yeah.
Yeah, and there's a version of Virtua Cop. I can't remember if it's Virtua Cop 2 that's on the Dreamcast. One of them is on there, but both of them are on the Saturn, and the Saturn light guns are fantastic. So that's really where you want to play a lot of these light gun games, because there's some. The Saturn is just fantastic for light gun stuff. Absolutely. PlayStation has that really good Namco gun, and they're, you know, like Time
Back
Crisis.
when a gun
and-
actually looked like a gun and have to have like the orange bullshit all over it.
Yeah, and that gun is super accurate. The Namco gun. The gun. What do they call it?
Oh, the gun pod. Yeah.
Yes, that's a really good gun too.
Yes.
I have that blue one. You can use it with a PS1 or a Sega Saturn. It's a good gun.
It is. I have the same one. I have a red version of what you got, and that's what a cool thing. Like, I don't remember them having those. I know they did, but I just didn't remember that being around back in the day, because I was
They,
like,
yeah, they had one. I remember I had one back in the day, but it only had a Saturn connection on it. So I'm curious if the one with the PS1 connection on it came much later.
yeah, I don't know.
When did the NES start making orange zappers? Was that like a time where they couldn't make them because of a certain color, because it had to be a
It's
color
funny
code?
because I always had an orange one growing up, so I thought that was normal. And then when I saw a gray one, I was like,
Yeah,
"What
I
the
got
hell
a
is
gray-
this gray one all about?"
I got a great one right there, there.
I actually have
I have an orange one too.
an NES orange one, and I have an NES Hyperkin console and an NES EverDrive, and I've never played anything but Duck Hunt.
Dunk Hunt
Yeah.
is fun. I like Dunk Hunt.
There's other NES games there.
Yo, Super Scope. Super Scope straight up looked like it didn't have like the orange defensive things around it, like to say like, hey, this isn't a gun or whatever, because companies had to start doing that for certain circumstances or whatnot. Super Scope, I don't think had anything on it.
Yeah.
Rational $2. Sinden light gun is great. Works on LCD screens.
How much do those guns cost? The Sinden guns? Because I'm curious how that works with
I
emulation.
thought, yeah, it works well. Apparently, I've never used one.
That would
Do
be
you like-
so cool for MAME, like for like arcade shooters. That would be great.
Are y'all able to hear me?
Mhm.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I just got home from seeing Turtles. Oh, would the person who's typing be okay with muting? Thank you so much. Yeah, I figured I'd be the one who asked, because I
Thank you,
don't
Rhea.
think anyone else would.
Rhea,
I didn't realize. All you had to say is like, "Bro, turn that shit down." I would have turned
Bro
it
been
down.
going hard for the
Oh
last.
no,
40
sorry.
minutes.
It wasn't my
Right.
intention to call someone out. I'm just like, I want to make
Rhea
sure
is
you
not
can
the
hear me.
hero we need.
That's why
but
she
the
said
hero
you-
we need.
You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing,
Turn that
Rhea.
shit the fuck
I know
off.
how he beat Symphony of Night. He bashed the controller to death. Man, you really go to hardcore.
Yeah, I've seen you stream Symphony of the Night, and I'm just like, damn. He's like, what took him like a few minutes took me like 2-3 streams to figure out, like 2-hour
Damn, she's
streams.
calling you out, bro. She's calling you the fuck out, bro.
Well, to be fair, like they asked me how many times I think I beat it. I think I said I've beaten it at least 20 times. So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
I can like tell.
it's embarrassing actually.
I didn't know Turtles came out, or I thought it comes out next week.
Yo,
Yeah, so there was
is
an
it not
early
a
fan
DVD
screening, in my
was it not
town.
a DVD release? It wasn't a DVD release. Am I wrong about that?
I would have had the man. I want to see that movie, Reyes. How did you like it?
Oh yeah, I loved it. I mean, like is it in the vein of retro, I guess? Maybe nostalgia, retro.
Yeah.
They kind of are parallel. So yeah, Turtles was awesome, and I think Legacy fans would be okay with it. I noticed that in almost every generation of Turtles, they kind of swap around the personalities, and I think you'll notice it in this movie too. So like Michelangelo, Mikey, he's always kind of been the silly one, always talking about pizza and stuff. They kind of, played around with that a little bit more. And Donatello, I feel like Donatello and Mikey were the ones that were the most noticeable in terms of like, new generations playing around with their personality and their traits and stuff. So I think those two would be the most noticeable. Raph and Leo are, pretty consistent, I noticed. Anyway, as far as like the film goes and the animation, story was solid, really liked it. And the animation style, probably like that's like one of the more controversial aspects of it, but I personally got early 90s, like, Rugrats.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what the animation style was.
Yeah, like they played around with the, like you see some like weird shaped faces and I think that that's really cool. It makes it more visually interesting. And I think the intention around that is, one, like, yeah, it's compelling to look at, but two, the budget was around maybe like 80 to 90 million. So they were kind of trying to, navigate around that. And I think the choppiness of the animation and the more, hand-drawn approach to it was pretty good. It was a very good approach to, navigating that lower budget. So yeah, I would give it an 8 out of 10 for sure.
Cool.
That's a good choice.
Glad you got to see it.
Good numbers.
I really got it.
Like, if you had to pick something, like if you had to, what would you be outraged about?
Okay, so like without any spoilers, I think that they tried to set up the franchise a little too quickly. So they're trying to integrate what is it called? The Rogues Gallery of villains, and it was all at once. And I found it, a little bit confusing as far as like, okay, which direction are they going to go with the franchise? Are they just going to go by, the social media feedback and maybe like critical feedback? But that would probably be my biggest issue with it was it was confusing about, okay, who's the villain, because there's like, a bunch of different, bad guys, and they keep switching between the two, and they're both like, parallel running through the movie as far as like what their goals are. But yeah, I was able to sort of, map it out. Like, okay, yeah, this is like, the primary villain. Like once the movie hit like the middle of the second act. So yeah, that's probably my take.
Do you think they tried to do too much in one movie?
Exactly. That's the TLDR.
Okay.
Question for you, Rhea.
Mm-hmm.
How was John Cena and Jackie Chan in their respective roles?
I would say that Jackie Chan was serviceable in terms of his English acting, and I've seen him, speaking his native tongue in acting, and I think he's he's a much superior actor when he is, in his original, element. So that would be my take. And plus, like, he wasn't on screen, obviously, so he is like, he knows how to deliver, an on-screen presence. So I think that's where he really shines. I feel like a lot of the names, although they didn't have a lot of screen time, were mostly there for marketing. To be totally honest, they maybe weren't like, a huge, like, impact on the story per se, but they look good on, the list of cast people that you see in the trailers.
Nice.
Yeah, that's why I was just like, you know what, I have to ask Ray about John Cena, because like he was in promotional and he's in this film. I'm just like, is it good in this film?
I would say that the
who's John Cena play?
Rocksteady.
Yeah. I was like one of them. And Seth Rogen plays the other one. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that would be my 2 cents on the movie, and I would say that the standout star was Ice Cube. He played Superfly.
Yeah.
He had the most tonal, emphasis on making it cartoony while still, being menacing, and I feel like that is pretty new territory for where I'm used to seeing him in his, usual acting element as like, this like street smart sort of, superfluous character or auxiliary character, I should say, like usually like, second or third in the lineup of characters, if not like a co-star. But yeah, him as like a primary villain, I was just like, yes, I see you, branching out and, trying new things as far as like, character acting, which I love.
That's well, cool. I love the cartoony jokes and the humor of the original series. So this sounds like it's going to be up there in the same kind of element of the universe of the new movie. That what it sounded like to me.
Yeah, I think a big social media sort of like back and forth as well from what I noticed was the turtles act too much like kids. And I'm like, well, they are kids. Like in every incarnation, they're, around 15 years old or like maybe like 15, 17. Like what ages you imagine like, Sonic and his group of friends yeah, like throughout the years. That's the same age range as the Turtles. So yeah, I would say that, if you're used to, how Sonic and friends behave around each other, that's more or less like, what the Turtles have, been throughout almost every, version of them, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
Can
Sorry,
I ask you this?
Yeah.
We know Ice Cube is in it. Does Vanilla Ice make an appearance?
So, slight spoiler: there is a reference to the song from the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, what is it? The
I
second movie?
That at all.
Yeah, the second movie. Yeah.
Yeah, Secret of the Ooze.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it. It sounds fun.
I have to check the cast list because I think his real name's Robert Van Winkle, right? I didn't even pay attention to see if he was on there, so he might be like a surprise Easter egg. Sorry, Max, what were you about to say?
Oh, I gotta keep up to date with all these fan screenings and stuff. Now I'm a reviewer too now.
It was just in my town. Like I noticed that quote unquote events. Like my town also has the IMAX 77mm version of Oppenheimer playing, and I watched that day one because obviously, and it was just like an immaculate experience. So
I finally got a hold of my cousin again. We are going tomorrow to see it.
I feel like I don't need to go see a 3-hour movie to learn about. I feel like I could just read a history book for an hour.
Yeah,
lucky for you, I did a 9-minute, long Oppenheimer video that I still kind of feel, weird about because it's not that I'm celebrating what he did. I acknowledge, his influence on sci-fi and horror, but yeah, I don't know. I know that no one else kind of took that approach, so I'm a little worried. Is there like a subtext that maybe I missed out on?
Don't worry so much.
I overthink things. Max knows firsthand. I spent 4 days with him overthinking stuff.
Make sure you subscribe to various channels.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. Sorry, I feel like I'm like, steamrolling the show, but yeah.
No, Ray, you made it entertaining, which is the main thing. So,
so Turtles movie. I just want to make clear that was a DVD release as well, though, right? It's not only in the theaters.
No, it is.
Mayhem.
Yes, it's exclusive to theaters at the moment, but since it's a Paramount release, I would imagine it's not even going to hit 45 days, maybe 45 days, and then it's going to drop straight to streaming, and then VOD probably in a month.
Maybe in different areas because that was a DVD release here in North Carolina. Like it literally came out on DVD. The same day it dropped.
DVD?
It's been out. Yeah.
That is wild.
I just farted.
Is that what you farted?
I was like, okay, that's your chair. I'm gonna like pretend that was your chair.
Bro just trying to throw that fucking boomerang. Like, no. That was you. You farted, bitch.
I was muted. My shit was muted.
And with that, I'm gonna head out, guys. Enjoy the rest of the conversation. I'm glad.
Thanks for coming.
You funny as shit, bro. You funny as shit, dude.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
As Beaver said,
where are you buying your DVDs, Kamikaze? That's what I want to know.
I used to get my DVDs from like the swap meet.
And I swear to God, I walked by and I saw it because I thought it was a movie theater movie only. No, that shit just came out. I saw it.
Damn. Like, I would say that it is not required, or at least I would say don't rush to the theater to watch it. Like Max, I know it's a little bit more like a scheduling issue for you to go to the theater, but if you end up not seeing it except like on streaming, maybe like in 3 months, I would say, okay, yeah, just, watch it when you have some time. And that's for everyone on the panel.
You torn.
Those last animated TMNT movies, do you think it's way better than those? Like I forget what the name of them are, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, there was literally one named TMNT in 2003. So yeah. I haven't watched it. Obviously, it's like 20 years ago. So I remember the Fox Kids TV show a little bit more, where they all had, the white peoples. I remember that a little bit more, and I really dug that series.
I think it's a 2003.
I couldn't get into that show for some reason.
I think it was a little bit more newer than 2003. There was one animated movie that came out.
Oh, the Michael Bay ones. Yes, there were two of them. I saw both.
Well,
yeah.
No. I'm sorry, I lied. Not the Michael Bay ones. There was an straight up animated one.
I know.
Turtles Forever.
I know
Forever.
Oh.
Was it Turtles Forever?
Yeah. I have that on DVD.
I feel like that
Didn't
came
catch
out
that one.
after that one and before the Michael Bay one. There was an animated one that went to theaters.
I thought
and it
that
didn't do so well.
TMNT was 2007. Is that what they're saying?
Yeah,
Probably.
TNT.
I'm mixing
Yeah,
up the
You might be
dates.
right.
I
You might be
apologize.
right. You might
Yeah,
be
that's
right.
the movie. Yeah.
So I guess I was considering, like, or thinking, like, how does that hold on par to the new one?
I didn't catch that one. Sorry, I can't
got
speak
you.
to
No,
it too
no
much.
worries,
The
no worries.
Nickelodeon reboot of the series, I really enjoyed. I think that was produced by, or that had Seth Green in it, and it ran for a few seasons. April was a teenager in that series as well, so I watched it, for the first, couple seasons.
Oh, the next mutation. I didn't. That's the only one I haven't really watched because I heard horrible things about it.
Yeah, like I guess like going from nostalgia to retro. I don't know, like if all of y'all got to play the re-release of the arcade games that came out last year, as well as Shredder's Revenge. I enjoyed both. I think I lean more towards the arcade games personally. But that's just my take. I enjoyed playing Shredder's Revenge, but yeah, the older games are just... As I get older, I just want to play older games
Everything
again.
except Hyperstone
Preach.
Heist is okay in my book.
Stop it, Max.
Hyperstone
Don't start this again.
Oh yeah, this is a contentious
my
thing. You
God.
literally sniped Cyrus to say that and troll
I
him.
don't think it's horrible. It's not a
This
trash
guy.
fire or anything.
To
But,
this day, I still play Turtles in Time.
I can't revisit this conversation.
I really
Really?
feel like.
Wait, this is an
PTSD.
existing conversation?
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
I
Yes.
think he's mad at me. I think he's mad.
I
At me.
believe that.
Yeah, I'm
Max
mad at you.
actually just trolled us. I don't think he even believes
No.
this.
I
No.
do.
No,
The-
you don't. Like,
I
shut
do.
up. There's no way
Anyways.
you think that
Alright.
Hyperstone Heist is the worst Turtles game. There's no way.
I do.
Wait, between Turtles in Time and Hyperstone?
No, he said it's a
No,
terrible
even,
game.
He even
Wow,
threw the
Matt.
NES version
Oh.
in the NES version in there and said that game was even worse than that.
Yeah,
I think
remember
I
that.
think my collection on
Just
Switch
walk
had the
over
SNES
it.
version. I
Walk
forget.
over it.
It was good. That's all I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Max
Wow.
is full of crap, and we've exposed that.
All right.
Max, we went to a 4-day retro convention. Like, what are you
I
doing?
think-
You're embarrassing us.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you. Max, nobody is on your side here. This
You
is
lost your
chance.
retro gamer card.
All right.
This is your
I
chance
was wrong.
to-
I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
John, can we clip this? I want to.
Yeah.
I was wrong. I was wrong. Okay. I don't even
Yeah,
care
Max.
that much. That's
Maybe-
how little I care about.
I'm just
Hyperstone
teasing.
Heist.
You have
I don't
your
care
your
about
opinion.
you.
Okay, it's the best Turtles game
Maybe,
ever.
Don't let him off the hook, Ray. We got him.
maybe that bar has got to Max's head.
I think the problem is he's playing them on this little bitty TV, so he can't
No, I
see.
played it on my big TV.
Nah.
But he's
No,
playing it on its
Shredder's Revenge
intention,
is
the
more
intentional
convenient
format, right?
And I mean, real talk. It's you can play it with your friends online. It's
Yeah.
a newer Turtles game, so it's like, would you really say like that's
I played that.
Oh, go ahead.
I played Turtles with Time with my friends. I really
See there?
enjoyed it.
Big fan.
Yeah, big fan here too. I love Turtles in Time.
Okay, here's
I
another
really
thing
like
too.
that. I did like the new one though too. I will say I thought that was really good. I mean,
Yeah.
Shredder's Revenge, yeah, it was enjoyable. It's just that like I played the arcade collection right after that, and I'm like, for some reason, I'm just enjoying this this format of gameplay, like the beat 'em up style, just a little bit more on this format. I think part of it with beat 'em ups that I enjoy the older ones for is that the movement is a little bit slower, and it's kind of more of like a ramp up with Shredder's Revenge. I felt like they just threw me to the wolves right away, and I think it's because I started on a difficulty level that I was just learning as I go, so I was like getting my butt kicked like back and forth.
I just love having Casey
I
Jones,
really enjoyed
Shredder, and
Turtles Revenge.
April as playable characters.
Yeah.
they made every
So-
character able to be leveled up though?
I'm looking forward to the DLC. though,
Yeah,
that's
that's an
coming out.
incentive for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was I about to say? Oh yeah, so like a lot of times on Twitter I see like folks like posting CRT footage of these games and old anime OVAs and stuff, and I'm just like, why do these this form of media, why do these this content, why does it look so much better on these screens? And I'm like, well, yeah, it was like made for that level of technology that was out at the time, but yeah, like Kamikaze, to your point, I understand what you're saying about like you experienced all that as when it originally came out, so you're looking ahead. But for me, I'm discovering all of this now. So I think that's why it's so fascinating to me.
That's fair. That's fair.
Ray, I want to ask you a question. It was kind of brought up on the topic was brought up earlier. What would you consider retro? Like what do you go back to? Is like, okay, this is retro. Everything before that is retro.
Okay, I agree with I think Taladia and Jeff. You mentioned PS2, Xbox, original Xbox, and GameCube. That would be retro in my opinion. Even though I have very vivid memories of that coming out, and a lot of the games still look like maybe 3DS quality, maybe like PS Vita quality. Yeah, maybe even Switch quality. Honestly, like if you want to actually be honest about the Switch's ability to play, maybe like 500 to 70p at most in handheld. Yeah, I would say that even though it compares to those modern formats, I would still consider that retro.
That's interesting about the Switch. What you're saying?
Thanks.
I mean, I'm a diehard Switch fan, but I can even admit that.
I think there's a benchmark for everybody when they consider retro. I feel like that's just like there's a needle that just everybody in their personal life will consider retro.
Well, here's. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I keep cutting people off. I apologize.
You're good. You're good. Go ahead.
So one thing I wanted to ask y'all is, so let's compare it to music. So like, let's say like 90s to mid 90s. They were calling music that came out 10 years earlier old school.
That's a great point.
So I know it's two different mediums, but what do y'all think about that?
So like I'll be like, no, I listen like, all right, look, I'm a hip hop guy through and through, right?
Same.
So like I listen to everything across the board, but my bread and butter is hip hop. But I listen to like the oldies rock station every once in a while, like listen to like Freebird or what have you. And then sometimes I'll put Nirvana on there, or like fucking, I'm like
Incubus.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, or Black Hole Sun, and shit like that. And I'm like, bro.
Oh, Soundgarden, yeah.
Soundgarden. I'm like, bro, I'm fucking old, bro. Is this really retro now? Is this considered like retro?
Is that classic rock? I know it's.
They have that on the oldies 99.9 station.
No, that shit pisses me up. I'm like,
it's
nah,
80s,
bro,
it's 80s
this
and
shit
90s
came
music
out
now.
This is not old.
Like,
so I get your point. Because to me, I'm like, nah, this came out when I was like this yay, so it shouldn't be considered. Because in my mind, I don't want to feel old. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So.
I feel that.
I feel the same way too.
Yeah, I was just comparing music to video games. It might be a little different, but.
What do you?
Right. I'm
hang
wrong
on.
twice. I'm right. I'm wrong twice about Hyperstone Heist and retro. Okay, bros.
Max, that was like 2 conversations ago.
Well, I mean, I get the feeling I get when I go get a 360 game and it's like $5, $6 to $10, and it's not current, and the feeling I get. That's all. I feel like it's retro.
So I guess, is there a definition for nostalgia, or is there just your own personal timeline? I think that's the thing that we have to decide. Is there really a definition for it, or do we have to just be fair and honest and like where that stuff comes from you? Like your own personal timeline, your definition of nostalgia, or what have you. Like, is there a cutoff?
Nostalgia is different than retro, I think.
Or retro nostalgia, I think it's kind of, and look, it's. I feel like it coincides a little bit. They may be the same sport, but they're in different stadiums. But I think that they're kind of the same thing a little bit.
It's a little confusing too because retro games have been re-released on throughout the years, even on like Super Nintendo and like the Dreamcast. These collections. Sonic Jam, right? That was a collection of the original Sonic games. So I think, I'm not saying that necessarily defines retro when games are re-released, because they are re-released like every generation of console. I think y'all mentioned GTA 5, or Brian did, and that's been released on 3 different generations of consoles. So but I think everyone across the board agrees that it's not a retro game just yet.
See, this brings up an interesting point, Rhea, because there are literally games on the Switch that were released on the Wii U that were barely upgrades of the same game that was on the Wii, right? And the Wii is basically a GameCube. So You get into some interesting territory there, trying to figure out.
Oh yeah,
John,
that's like
hey,
4
I just want to point out
generations.
that John is focused as fuck right now. Whatever he's playing, bro. That shit-
No, those are like John, like to your point, like we just have those games that we revisit constantly. Like I talk about Spyro all day long. Like I'll play like the original Spyro games. I like the Reignited trilogy, but again, I'm in that.
I gotta play the
headspace.
original. Like when I play Spyro, I have to get the original. I have
Yeah,
to play
they're
the
three
original
different
I don't know
games.
what
The
it is.
Reignited and the original trilogy. Those
Yeah.
are all different games. Yeah.
The Reignited trilogy is like
Just like Crash
too
Bandicoot's the same
smooth.
thing. I gotta play the
Yeah,
original
different games.
Crash.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's like this frame rate's like too smooth. It almost makes me nauseous.
That's what I was like trying to communicate about Shredder's Revenge. Like I like the choppiness of the original Turtles arcade games, and I think they look amazing on like what I see on CRT TVs, and I love that Max is making content about that because I'm just like, God, I'm just like, you know, living vicariously through him. So yeah, big fan.
I'll tell you what, Ray. If you want to experience these games, play them on a PVM.
What's
That's
that?
like it's essentially a CRT that will output. What is it? Side 240p.
Yeah, professional video monitors. They're just
Bro,
really
deep
good.
does this
CRTs.
rabbit hole go down? Like, what monitor do you actually need? Like,
Well, a lot of the games were developed on PVMs. So a lot of like okay, scan lines, for example. When you look at an image on some of these old 8 and 16-bit stuff, when the developers made these graphics, they knew what it was going to be like when you add that scan line in there. So the scan line essentially becomes part of the image. That's why Mario looks Mario looks like a person with scan lines. If you take the scan lines out, it's like just a block. It doesn't look like anything. So
I'll tell you something interesting about the scan lines. People probably don't know too much about this. When you use fake scan lines, it put lines over the graphics, but actual scan lines separate the graphics. The scan lines take up space, which is why the aspect ratio never quite looks right when you play on an emulator or something unless you set it exactly how it's supposed to be, because those scan lines actually do take up room between the pixels, like if it's actual scan lines.
And they're at the time that the games were developed for their intended screen type, they're compensating for the graphic limitations. And to John's point, that's why, you know, Mario back then looks a lot more human than, you know, he does like in an emulated form with the fake scan lines on it. So I think that's what y'all are trying to, you know, explain, right?
Well, yeah, we're both, me and John, we're kind of snobs when it comes to
that's what I've been
this sort of thing. I admit that, but the games do look better. They do look better.
I appreciate that y'all are super pro accessibility. You know, like any format you're able to experience these games, you know, on any console, just, you know, just play them. Like, yeah, like being able to, you know, own your physical media. Like a lot of us are big into that for sure. And yeah, it's just, you know, that peace of mind, you know, that I love talking about. It's comforting to know that this is something that you can go back and experience at any time you want.
Yeah.
just do what the fuck you want to do, bro. Like, I don't dive into that shit, but hey, man, I'm happy doing what the fuck I do. If you want to fucking play retro and spend your money that way, like, bro, who's to say, like, whatever anybody's upset about how everybody plays their fucking game?
Yeah, like I've been following a lot of arcade restoration folks. Like I've been following folks like that for like a couple years, just, you know, learning what is the word? Yeah, just, you know, as an outsider looking in. And yeah, it's just really fascinating. The like, even though it's like a niche of like a community, yeah, like it's just fascinating, and just sort of like it. I have this sort of like residual sadness knowing that, like, yeah, like, you know, who's going to, you know, care about preservation to this extent, you know, like in the next maybe like 20, 30 years. So yeah, like it's awesome I can watch that now, but it just sort of, you know, kind of lingers in the back of my head, you know.
Well, since we're on the topic of emulation too a bit, Max, I missed the first hour, but did you hear that now Xbox is going to be banning people for using the emulators?
Oh, the one that Rational keeps telling me to go on. I keep saying I don't want to get banned. I don't want to get banned.
Yeah, they're actually banning people for trying to
Yeah.
use the retail mode emulators.
Yeah, I knew it was Nintendo.
Just don't play online, right? I mean, I know a lot of games are online, but can you avoid it that
you
way?
would have to essentially just not connect your Xbox ever.
But you have to have retail. You have to be You have to be signed in to actually buy the retail mode. But then you'd have to never connect it again, I guess.
Well, the problem with dev mode though is you can pay for the dev mode and you can get the emulators set up that way. But then if you don't actually use dev mode to develop things, there are people that have had their stuff taken away that way as well. So there's the problem. It's such a great thing that those emulators have existed on the Xbox platform, but Microsoft has not done. I don't understand what they're doing. It's like they're trying to like give you something, but not give you something. It's very strange.
But at the same time, I don't. If you've never been able to emulate, no current gen console has ever allowed you to emulate before. So I really don't blame Microsoft. I'm super pro emulation, but I just think like for people to expect to get a brand new current console that's being sold on the shelves, and then to use that to illegally play ROMs and emulators, I mean that's going to be a red flag. And I mean there's so many other options to emulate games. I just like, why use an Xbox, I guess is my thing. Like there's so many other options out there.
I mean, you have it laying around.
Too.
Yeah, like I can see, like you're not using your 360 Slim, and you're like, yeah, why not? But
seemed easier than most other options to a lot of people, I think.
On the topic of Microsoft, I brought this up to Max, I think, earlier this week, but I was waiting for this show to re-bring it up. So there was this clip of a hedgehog running around the Microsoft office.
Oh,
what do we think about that? Yes. What do we think? Come on now.
It's a partnership. It's a partnership. God, I hope it. They're not going to buy Sega. Sega's not for sale.
I don't understand the video. What's the video?
No. Shut up, Chris. I need to hear this. Why in God's green earth, knowing the track record? I'm talking to Max. I'm not talking to you. Max just said something ridiculous that I've heard several other people say on Twitter, and it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, with the track history that Microsoft has in buying developers and studios and letting them die. Shut up, Max, and let me finish. Why on God's green earth would you think it would be a good idea for them to buy Sega and all of their IPs? I need to hear this. Now. I have to hear this. I'm sorry.
I
love you, Max.
What was Max's take on it? He was like, "Pro."
He said he hopes Microsoft buys Sega. That's what he said.
I want Microsoft to come back
trolling.
and like,
trolling.
I really want them to go.
That's not going to help Microsoft. It's going to kill Sega. That's not going to help Microsoft. It's going
Sega,
to Max. It will.
I would not be for it if it killed Sega.
It's going to kill Sega, dude. Look what they did to Rare. Look what they did to all these other fucking studios.
We're just crucifying Max tonight.
I love Sega. If Microsoft buys Sega, I will burn down Microsoft.
Hey, look, that's my heart. That's my heart. I'd be pissed off that they
Rare, Ninja Theory, or whatever that is. All these games. They
Let me finish.
Sonic the Hedgehog gonna be running around like the fucking Yakuza, and like fucking running around with a knife and like ganking motherfuckers. That's what's gonna happen if Microsoft buys Sega. It's gonna be bullshit.
Rare was having issues before Microsoft bought them.
What have they done with the studios they have bought? What have they done with the studios they have bought?
That's true. They bought
it doesn't even go back to what they have killed. What have they done with what they have bought?
It really gets to what you blame. I actually think that a lot of these studios, when they get a popular IP and they
Hellblade 2's been in development for 6 fucking years. The first one didn't even take them that long.
I think there's a habit of these indie developers, once they get to certain notoriety, certain sales, and then they get absorbed by another company. Most of the talent just moves on and forms another company, and they just keep repeating it. That's just my speculation.
So
I don't necessarily put that on Microsoft, although it's fair to put it on Microsoft because they buy these companies and then they don't do anything with them. But I actually think it's the people working there.
So why would you say you hope Microsoft buys Sega?
So here's what I also want to interject is that I think the intention, Max, while you simmer on that and give us a response, I just want to also interject that I think the intention is that, maybe all the employees do want, game development to happen ongoing for these IPs, but the business strategy is as long as we own these IPs, Sony is not able to access them because Sony is like super proprietary, doesn't want to play nice with a lot of their games, and they kind of, hoard IPs as well. So yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to add that.
Well, I kind of think Microsoft and Sega have always been pretty close after the Dreamcast to begin with.
That's true.
I think they have a good relationship. I thought there's been a lot of great games on Microsoft consoles already, and I would like to see competition get more heated between Sony and Microsoft.
Wait a second.
And I want them to expand to Japan. That would be if they got Sega.
Microsoft does not need to expand.
So
to Japan.
So you're saying you think competition would get better by a conglomerate absorbing another company?
Microsoft is the underdog again.
What?
Based on what they did with
Microsoft is worth quadrillions of billions.
Well, what they've done after the 360, they really effed up with the Xbox One, and they can't catch up. So I would like to see an aggressive Microsoft again, instead of what we've been getting for years.
Max, their solution isn't to buy properties. Their solution is
not. Listen, hold on. Let me say this: buying properties is not being aggressive. That's making a monopoly.
Yeah.
Making great games and fucking killing the competition by fucking
homogenizing
great fucking shit. That's killing the competition. They're doing nothing. They're doing fucking absolute squat shit, but just buying companies and doing nothing with it.
Well, I want to ask Talati and Jeff because Jeff, I know you're more of a retro gamer, but you dabble in all types of gaming generations, including modern. So what do you think about this?
I like Sega, but I don't think Xbox is gonna buy Sega.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, because that's kind of coming out of
well,
nowhere.
look at it from this perspective too. You make a good point because you said why would Sega want to sell themselves when they're selling on they're putting their games on PC, on Switch, on Microsoft, on Sony. If Sega puts out a game, they're pulling in the money. I mean, they're raking in the money. They don't need. By the way, Max, I do want to say I'm sorry. I'm not mad.
No. I listen.
I'm very passionate about this.
But yeah, to your point,
I did tell Chris to shut up. I'm sorry.
Sega does make a point to day one, most of their games, like Sonic Generations, day one, that was Switch, PS5, and Xbone. So I think they are pretty sound in mind of business strategy to make accessibility a big factor in most of their games.
What else is Sega making besides Sonic lately? They did do Streets of Rage 4.
It's the money.
I have an idealistic view of what
the
it could be.
Yakuza is pretty popular.
Yakuza. That's
Mac.
I love
some old school Sega properties that Microsoft, if they had that together and that funding, that they could do. Maybe I'm just thinking, maybe they could go back to the back catalog and do some of the more mature stuff, and you know what I mean?
Max, I also wanted to add this too because we were talking about Rare, and I noticed a lot of these visionaries behind these IPs that we love about Sega and other studios that made content. Their creative visionaries went off away from these IPs, and they're kind of crowdfunding their own, spiritual successors, and they went off to make Playtronic, and like I said, making games to continue on their vision, although under another banner. So I think if these IPs are getting gobbled up, we're not going to have the content that we dream about, unfortunately, in my opinion.
That's true. That's fair.
That's fair. Yeah.
I kind of think that Microsoft.
Tell him he's wrong some more, Ray.
Got blamed for some things in the past. I used to think that too. I used to think that
You've
about
been beating
Rare.
up on Max a lot.
That's fine. I like it.
Everyone beats up on Max.
Yes. I mean, Rare. I used to think Rare
Microsoft ruined Rare too. And then later on I was like, well, did they? I mean, Nintendo obviously knew there were some issues there. Some things were not working with what were the two projects they were working on? Dinosaur Planet, and then they were working on Cameo, and they were working on something else. And things were being consistently delayed at Rare, and some of the higher ups did move on. And I do see I see this happening with a lot of these companies as they get, and it's good for them. They make lots of money by selling their companies to these bigger companies, but then they're like, well, why is the output stopped? And you can't replace people. You have the IP, but you can't replace the talent that makes some of this stuff. And I'm not saying people aren't talented, but okay. I think Rhea helped me there with saying, well, a lot of the people that made these Sega IPs are maybe gone. That's true.
But
So maybe go ahead.
I'm gonna say this right now. Sega isn't gonna get bought out by Microsoft. That is facts. Right.
I just think it'd be exciting for Microsoft to try to take a hold and
wait, I'll make you a bet.
It took hold of a whole. How much more do they want? Took everything, and they've done nothing.
That's true.
If you want Microsoft to take hold of Sega, that means you hate Sega. I'm gonna say it.
I don't hate Sega. I don't.
But if you want Microsoft to take hold of Sega, you fucking hate Sega. I'm sorry, because they have acquired so many studios and done squat piss with them. If you love Sega, you would fucking be upset if Microsoft.
The only Ninja Turtle game you don't like is the one that's on Sega.
I said what I said.
I just want to ask John really quick because he's a big Sega head. So, John, would you say, in fairness, Sega is known for, their arcade style games. They're very retro inspired in terms of gameplay. They're shooters and the beat 'em ups and these rhythm games and these platformers. All those and maybe Yakuza and what was that Dreamcast game that was really popular? Yeah, Shenmue. And Yakuza was kind of like a spiritual successor of Shenmue, right? So Sonic and Yakuza are basic, and slot machines and other sort of gambling machines in Japan are keeping
their games.
Yeah, they're keeping this this company afloat. So I wanted to ask John, do you even think that the IPs we love about Sega would even survive if they were to come out with modern iterations of them?
I don't know. That's a loaded question. I don't know. They released Shenmue. Well, they released the
third one.
That was crowdfunded.
That was crowdfunded from
Streets of Rage came out, killed it. Sonic Forces came out, killed it.
I refuse to believe
Sega
that
still has power.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now,
Yeah,
Sega still has power.
I refuse to believe that
Yakuza is a fucking fan favorite.
Oh yeah, that's a huge, massive cult following.
I don't even give a shit about it. I never even played. I played the first one. I was like, this is weed.
Yeah, there's one on the. Yakuza
But my whole
Zero.
point is, Sega has power. It still has power, and people like me, I'm a fucking Sega fucking fanatic. It still holds power. It still holds power. I'm sorry to interject. I just want to say that.
If Sega put out a modern Daytona, Sega Rally, their arcade hits, they're gonna sell. They're gonna be really. They're gonna be.
Do you feel like we're speaking out of bias though? Because a lot of these IPs have evolved into Need for Speed, for example. What was that one game? Forza Horizon, and all these other games.
Microsoft
Sega has this weird whatever it does. It's replicated, but it's not that. Here's
two things that I think of right away if Microsoft bought them. Here, just for example, they're great with racing games. They bring back Sega Rally just for a dedicated rally game online. Virtual Fighter, bring back that too. A dedicated console-exclusive fighting game to bring back Virtual. They don't have enough money to bring back Virtual Fighter.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they do.
I don't know. They have to do a full-fledged.
They made
Virtual
Tokyo
Fighter.
Shin Racer. That's one of my favorite.
They re-released it again, but who knows if they're actually making a new one?
Max, you're under the assumption that Microsoft is going to go ahead and put a ton of money into development and then develop all these games. But this is what I'm saying, Max.
They haven't done shit.
Their track record of what they have done over the last 6-7 years. People want to say, Fable and Hellblade 2. Microsoft acquired those studios back in 2018. That was 6 years ago. Okay? The Microsoft track record, as of right now, says they're buying these studios. They're not doing anything with them. The big ones that they're buying now, Bethesda, Activision, they're all just buying this stuff because they want to put it on Game Pass, and they're buying the properties because they're not making the games. They'd rather buy the competition, put it on their platform. That's their track record. If they didn't have that track record and they were actually doing these things with these developers and studios they're buying, I would agree with you. I would 100% agree with you. I would say that there is an opportunity there for somebody like Microsoft that has the money to go in there and revitalize some of these older IPs, Daytona, Sega Rally, shit like that, Virtual Fighter. But that's not what they're doing. And honestly, I wouldn't be fine with Sony buying Sega either, or Nintendo buying Sega. I wouldn't be fine with anybody buying Sega. If you look at like the games that they're putting out, they are selling, and there is a lot of hype for them. So
yeah,
I also.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just wanted to quickly interject. I totally forgot that Atlas, the super popular JRPG producer, is a subsidy of Sega. So we were talking about, does Microsoft really want to increase their footprint in Japan? If they do ever like consider maybe like partnering with Sega or something, that gives them access to Persona. Like even if you don't even play that series or play RPGs like that, Persona is probably like up there with like the Final Fantasies, and like, it might even be like Final Fantasy, Persona, Dragon Quest onward, in my opinion, at least like what I'm seeing as far as like social feedback. But yeah, I just wanted to add that.
They're up there, but I don't feel like those are top tiers.
In
my opinion.
Just to add Rational's thing, what Sony is doing a lot more than just Spider-Man and God of War, right? I'm going to tell you that right now. And this is from a guy
Fanboys at War.
Crash Bandicoot.
I think it's important for us to state that our problem isn't with Microsoft. The problem is with the assimilation of
people have issues with Game Pass too. I know a lot of people.
But what I'm saying,
let my man cook. Let's side cook. Let him.
This is not a Sony versus Microsoft thing, okay? What John said is true. We're not going to be happy if Sony buys Sega. That's not something that's going to make me happy. I'm not going to be happy if Sega gets bought by anybody. I don't care who it is, Nintendo, Apple, whatever, you pick it. Because I'm sick and tired of video game, the entire video game landscape being homogenized by these conglomerates that are just absorbing as many companies as they can and sitting on assets, like John said. They're not buying these companies so that then you can make the next Golden Axe, so that you can make whatever that you bought Bethesda.
They're not the savior. They're not coming to save you.
Right. It's like, guys, the idea of what's happening in the gaming space right now is that the big guy is buying up all the little guys. That's what's happening. And then what's the plan?
What's the happening plan in all entertainment right now?
Right. And it sucks ass, because the plan then is to take all the assets and make them a streaming service or a temporary rental service to you and we'll control that on our end, and we'll decide what you can play, and we'll decide if maybe this gets released or doesn't,
or you buy skins for it, or what have you.
Yeah, there's a bunch of bullshit happening.
I've never seen this.
I love the passion. Like, I'm here for all of it.
But it's real. It's real. That's real. And there's no like speculation. Everything you see in front of you in gaming
bad for the
is
consumer,
telling you
man.
exactly what's happening in gaming. Everything is taking this approach. Everything. Right. And tell me I'm lying. Pick a game that's come out in 2022 or 2023 that hasn't taken this approach. I'll wait.
Yeah, this is not a Sony versus Microsoft. Don't conflate that. Don't misrepresent the argument here. This isn't a bunch of ponies picking on Microsoft. This is us being upset.
Tell him good side, go get him, boy.
This is us being upset about.
He's speaking facts.
Yeah, I don't understand how anybody defends it. That's what I don't get. How are you happy that a big corporation is absorbing all these small companies? And then what do you think happens with the small companies? They absorb. Oh, we're going to absorb Rare. We're going to absorb Bethesda. We're going to absorb Sega. You think the company's going to, like Sega is going to do better whenever they're now they have all these redundancies of employees. You think they're going to keep all those employees? They're going to keep
same values, opinions.
Exactly. The culture, the structure. You think that's going to benefit from that? Name one fucking time in the history of business where a massive corporation has absorbed all of its competition.
The only thing I really think Sega's doing good right now, lately, is Sonic. Like even Streets of Rage, that was another company made that for Sega, didn't they? That wasn't internally.
That was Sega. That was fucking Sega.
That was the ones that did Shredder's Revenge too, I think. That studio.
Oh, Retroware or something like that.
Sorry, I was muted. Retroware. Ray's right. It's Retroware. But I think Sega published it. So
they published
there you go. There you go.
Yeah,
I don't know. I guess to defend my bad take one final time is I was thinking in my mind like a revitalized Sega, and I honestly I think they do have some IPs that are really big IPs like Sega Rally and Virtua Fighter that if they had a console exclusive and put some money behind it, that would be like a no-brainer. Like my mind went wild when Rhea was saying that. What did you say that they were hinting at? They had Sonic, or what did they have?
Persona. Like that would in my mind, I think that's a business strategy to perhaps increase Microsoft's footprint in Japan. If that's even like if they see any value in doing so, if not just, increase, seeing that the market for Western audiences also, gravitate heavily towards JRPGs. And it's a bigger, market than just, targeting one country in Japan or even Eastern Asia, etc.
Well, to be fair, they don't even need to buy Sega to have one of those. If Microsoft made a partnership just for a Virtua Fighter exclusive, that would be pretty big.
It would. I guess, I'm hearing, all of these IPs y'all are talking about, and I love them, as far as, what I've learned about them on YouTube in the last, 5-6 years, but I'm really just, concerned about, we're all gassed about, potential Virtua Fighter, but how many other people, honestly, outside of this panel have even talked about it
I
recently?
think right now is the time to bring back Virtua Fighter, really technical fighter, because all the other fighters are going more towards accessibility, especially Street Fighter. And I like that, too. I like options. I like that you could do modern controls. But what if you had a next-gen look of Virtua Fighter, extremely technical, hardcore, exclusive on Mike? That's how I would sell it. And I think it could really do well in the market now. If you market it right and you get the right game behind it, based on the current fighting games are very popular again. It'd be like, these guys have modern controls. We're gonna kick your ass, and there's gonna be esports on it. I think that'd be amazing.
I think you're really wrong about all of that. 1000% you're wrong about every part of everything you just said. Sorry.
Oh, poor Max.
That's all right.
I did want to add too, this reminded me, Young covered this for a while a few years ago. So Dead or Alive, I love Dead or Alive, it's so campy, obviously, we all imagine the jiggle physics. That's, what it's known for and what's keeping that series alive, basically. But it's also a really good technical fighter too. But my point is that they monetize a lot of the skins for the characters. So I'm wondering, if that would be a viable option for other games to stay alive too. Because correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't Street Fighter V super transaction heavy as well? I forget.
Oh, Street Fighter, yeah, absolutely.
I think
Okay, so yeah, that's the recurring revenue for them.
Bro, hold on, I would cut you off, but every game is doing that. Every game,
right? They have to recoup their costs for developing, to the point y'all were talking about.
Every game is taking this approach by the new skin, the new weapon pack, the new season, the new battle pass, This is the new gaming. I'm sorry if you don't want to accept it. This is the world that we live in, whether you want to like it or not. I'm sorry. I still say. I will say one thing. I still stay in my lane. I still adapt to these things every once in a while with Destiny and Overwatch and what have you. I don't play Overwatch, but there's certain things that, this is the world that we live in. Every game is taking this approach with this avenue to a degree. Some are still staying true and doing their own little lane and playing their own single player thing. But almost every game that's mainstream, this is the approach that they're taking.
So Max, like with this in mind, let's say they did bring back Virtua Fighter, but they take the approach where I think even Mortal Kombat did this with like season passes back when that was a thing. You buy the characters as they come out. So would you be okay with and even the Disney Racer you talk about, like that's a paid service too, right? So are you willing to accept that in order to see these IPs live on, because they have to recoup their costs somehow
Oh yeah,
to validate their existence?
I love season passes. Let's be real. If it wasn't for fighting games and kart racers and stuff, if it wasn't for that, they wouldn't be as popular now, because the companies are making a lot of money. They're getting a lot of support with them, and you don't need. You can still play it without buying this. It's an option. You can still have a lot of fun with your base fighter game.
It's called pay to win, though.
Pay to win, Max.
If it's just cosmetic, I'm okay with that.
But yeah, okay. But you know what
for
pay to
fighters,
win is, Max?
though? Yeah. But I don't think that in fighters.
I
don't see that in fighters though. Unless they get a really OP fighter in a DLC and everyone uses that.
That's
fighter.
why Street Fighter 6 is introducing Akuma, and the next thing, Akuma is OP. Akuma will obliterate any fucking fighter if you know how to use them right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Nintendo's doing that too with
they're doing
Smash
play
Bros.
to win. I'm sorry, but this is the world we live in, man. It's you want to accept it or not. This is the world we live in.
Well,
that's why I play shit like Elden Ring.
Let me get the Rational Skeptics $5.
Ain't paying to win that game.
He says either Microsoft buys these companies, or Tencent, Amazon, or Apple will.
I forgot about Tencent. Like, they've been sleeping a little bit. I haven't heard about much of them in the news, but they're probably making moves, like, you know, in the shadows.
What if Sega and Konami did Konami's only successful now because they keep really doing really good compilations lately.
Can Sega, Konami, and Neo Geo just make a triad and just, you know, like, kill it?
Actually, I'd say Neo Geo.
If they went and formed their own,
right now.
like, their own business model and like formed the words together to make some new business model, bro, I'm fucking there.
Neo Geo brought back Samurai Showdown and King of Fighters, and then they're also working on a new Garo, and I think they made a Metal Slug. It's 3D though, and I don't know when we're ever going to see that. But they're actually working on more things than they have in a while. Now,
what was that new this new game that came out for a retro IP that Cyrus was asking, like, is that even like considered the same sort of like style of gameplay it's coming from the IP of? I forget what the name of it was. Cy and Max were talking about it. Was it Streets of Rage, or was it like another beat 'em up? I forget. Or was it a shooter? It was an IP that's known for being retro, but it released a modern game.
Huh.
It was recently. I forget.
Was it Double Dragon?
Yes, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've heard mixed results.
Yeah, speaking of Double Dragon, I got a poster over here with the Double Dragon Gaiden.
That's a perfect example, Max. Okay, so like to the point of like, oh, revive these IPs, blah blah blah. Double Dragon, like, what are y'all's thoughts around that one? That's a real example of this happening.
I still want to get it eventually. I'm waiting for a sale.
The most recent Double Dragon they released wasn't very good. That one a few years ago.
Last one I played that was a new one was Neon. And
yeah, that was awful.
Yeah, it was doo-doo, bro. It was doo-doo.
Yeah, like Max, I just wanted to, reinforce what I said. The visionaries behind these IPs from like 20, 30 years ago, they're gone.
Right. They're doing Kickstarters. Some of them are doing Kickstarters and stuff.
Speaking of Double Dragon Neon, there's a character I really like in that game. That's kind of reminds me of Skeletor from He-Man.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
hey, Ray, can I ask you a question real quick?
Oh yeah.
Bro, those headphones, is that like a shit where it picks up microphone? Where it
yes. Yeah, the Razer headphones.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we'll get you some Kamikaze. Why not?
Yeah, I got our friend William from the Sci-Fi Center some. He got the black and green ones.
John says he has to head out. Thank you, John.
But before I go, I did want to ask you, I know because you wanted to integrate some movie talk. So before I go, I know you streamed it and did some reactions, but I started watching Twisted Metal. I'm on I just finished episode 3. I think it's really good. I haven't really like seen what anybody else has been saying about it, but I was like, okay, this is. It doesn't need to have like the Twisted Metal name on it, but it's still good show, and I'm like, they kind of work some like Easter eggs into the game, and there, I think it's done well.
A lot more violent than I was expecting.
Super violent. Yeah, it's super violent. Actually, I did like to see that.
And it's got the thong song. Dong, 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 dong.
Oh,
I thought that part was kind of cringe. Because that part of the trailer almost turned me off. I'm like, this is gonna be stupid.
Me too. I was like, no.
Nah, I'm not watching this shit.
I don't know what's happening with Retro Bro. He's liking stuff. He's defending Barbie.
Yeah, Barbie.
Yeah, got some interesting takes lately, John.
I think it helps that, John, you live in a household of women, like all women, right? So I think that maybe opened you up to more empathy.
For a long time. Yeah. I have all those stupid Barbie movies from like 2005 and beyond. Those cheesy
the 3D animated ones.
Yeah, 3D animated ones.
Yeah,
I have Dolphin Quest, Magical Dolphin, Surf's Up. I've seen all of them, dude.
We all have our guilty pleasures, John, and it's okay that you like Barbie. I defend that 100%. So.
But I'm gonna try and get an episode of Twisted Metal 2 before I go to bed tonight.
Do you still have a CRT down there?
What's that?
Do you still have a CRT down there? Oh, it's that you changed it. Okay.
Oh, did you try out the EverDrive yet?
I gotta put ROMs on it.
Oh, there should be a SD card on there already.
Yeah, there's like some Chinese ROMs on there. I couldn't. I have to fiddle with it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
saw
gotta
that.
tell me what NES like gun games are good to try because I want to try those.
Right,
on
I'm gonna go.
CRT.
Thanks, Max.
Have a good
I still
night.
love you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I yelled at you.
Oh, come back and do it some more.
Chris, I'm not sorry. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you too, bitch.
Good night, John.
Later.
See you, John. See you in the Discord.
All right, we'll probably wrap up soon. If anyone has any other final topics or questions, or
I want to echo what John just said. I feel like we've beaten up on you pretty good, Max.
It's fine. I went on another stream. Did you hear? He wants Microsoft to buy Sega, so he needs a new game.
I mean, we
Hey, look, man, you said this shit, bro. I'm just saying.
Max is gonna make like a 1 a.m. stream, which is 4 a.m. for him, and I'm gonna be up watching it, and he's gonna be like, "Look, I need to clarify my takes from earlier."
If he doesn't have the mask on and just the sunglasses, you know he's serious.
Wait,
I feel like
it was for me right now. It's 5:30 in the morning, and you know what's funny? It's the fact that I got Max on Jared's stream yesterday, and he had the shades on and everything, and he was like, it was crazy. Like,
or you get that Guy Ferrari vibes.
Well, I accidentally, when I filmed that Like Gun game video last night, I filmed the intro and then I forgot I had the sunglasses on while I was playing. I was like, why am I playing with sunglasses? I was actually doing better though because the light flashes. And maybe I should keep the sunglasses on for the.
Yeah, I was like, damn, he thinks he's all cool and shit now. I was like, what the hell?
He's thinking he's Grandmaster Sexy from WWE with too cool.
Yeah. Hey, strange Marvel theories.
Like, put on a leather jacket next time with your
and put the collar up, bro. I'll PayPal you to do that shit.
Okay,
1000%.
It's hot, but I'll do it. You know,
If somebody already did it, then I'm good.
Yeah, Jeffrey, you missed the face reveal again.
Yesterday. Oh, I did. Oh, dang. I was busy playing the Tick.
Jeff, you saw him like without glasses on. Wait, no,
I did,
with glasses on. Yeah.
Yeah, I did it when I was at too many games too.
Yeah. All right. Well, Kamikaze, thank you for being here. I hope you come back next month. I hope my hot takes didn't sway you away from the show. Go support SuperGeoff.
When did that happen?
No, I'm just kidding. Super good Jeff, good gamer. Go check out Jeff. Rhea's back making content. Go check out her movie topics and her also her video game topics. Yes, she has 2 channels now. Support her double time, 2 times.
Yes.
Cyrus, go check out his ColecoVision videos.
Wait, Rhea has 2 channels?
Yes.
Yeah, I decided to parse out my movie talk onto a second channel, and I'm experimenting with edited content. So I hope I'm able to, move a little quicker to produce it, but I'm still learning, and I'm excited about it.
Okay.
It's entertaining, man.
See, I actually said she should, and then I'd still do everything on one channel because I'm lazy. I actually made a second channel, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to do graphics and all that. And I just load everything onto one. But she's doing a good job. Yes.
Hey, could you put the link in there so I can find, because I can't find anything. I'm the worst.
Recently, she did the Oppenheimer.
I'm the worst.
My second channel is called the Glimmercast. So I basically co-opted my old podcast name and called my second channel the Glimmercast.
Oh, okay.
And then he also covered are people tired of superhero movies?
Yeah, that was a spicy one.
Yeah.
That was a spicy one, yeah.
Yes. So,
I can imagine Mega Dan talking about that. Are people talking about superhero movies?
Oh yeah, Mega Dan's what's really good videos. I love this. The car talk.
I do have,
him and CM Retro. I miss CM Retro. Aw, come back, Chris.
We'll have to get CM Retro.
What happened to CM Retro?
I just miss talking to him.
Yeah, maybe next month we'll try to get him on. I'll contact him. I know a lot of people like him. And Luke's Awakening. We'll try to get them both on. But final thing before we go, a little Disney Speedstorm update. I got people to play last night because it has free-to-play days on Xbox, and they're like, wow, this works really good online, and like everything was smooth. So once it goes free-to-play at the end of September, I'm going to force everyone to play Disney Speedstorm. There's going to be no excuse.
At gunpoint?
It's crossplay. It's going to go free to play.
At Flash Gunpoint? Or is that what it's called? Flash?
Yeah. But people were loving it. Like, Brian's addicted. Okay. He's I'm addicted to this game.
Okay,
I feel like you're the catalyst for that, though.
Playing Goofy. Goofy's my
Do you
favorite.
have a gunpoint?
It's got good mechanics for a kart racer. It's one of the best kart racers I've ever played. We'll see.
Maximum, if I say something as well, I know you've been egging me on to Disney Speedstorm. I will get it and I will do it and I will live stream it, okay? Just for the sake of you. I will live stream it on the MME channel.
Okay.
So we can get racing in, right?
Okay, Max. All right. Release the ransom at this point. We good now, Max?
Yeah, we're good. All right, man. Please release my children. Bring them back to me now.
Yeah.
Strange Marvel Theories. Thank you for that. I'm going to make a hot topic video on that. I am tired of people being tired of superhero movies. I love them. I love them. They just got to be good.
That is a spicy one because, like, as much as even I say, "Oh, I'm tired," like I still watch everything and comment on it.
Yeah.
So before we end, I want to mention one thing. I reached over 1,500 subs on YouTube, and I've got
congratulations. What's up, bro?
You are skyrocketing.
Yeah, and I'm going to be doing a Superman Wonder Woman stream, which means the power couple, why they work, basically. And Jared has forced me to do it. So, and
I'm not. Zito was playing last night. Yeah, not afraid. We had fun.
Yeah. So stay tuned. It'll be on Wednesday, 11 p.m. British summertime.
Yay, Taladia!
Awesome.
Congratulations, Taladia.
Good job.
Yeah,
I want to say one thing though. I'm thinking about making a new channel.
Oh, really?
My interest in my life have switched into automotive.
Oh,
I just bought a.
I know someone.
$400 intake for my car.
Wow.
And I literally just dropped $1,400 on an intake and an exhaust for my car.
Nice.
I'm thinking about doing a video of me installing this. But my interests have switched. I literally thought about selling a lot of my stuff because I'm getting a lot into the automotive stuff because I just like to put shit in my car. It's just fun to me. And my kids are like, "Why do you spend this money on your car?" And I'm like, "Because I don't care. It makes it fucking fast. It's fun to me." But anyway, I'm legit thinking about it. I've already done a lot of stuff to my car, and I'm thinking about just doing like a mods I have done on it so far, and get into like the whole automotive, like making YouTube videos things. Because anyway.
Oh, do a live, maybe live streams, and then title them "How to Do This," and then people see it in real time how it's done.
Yeah, well, when you work on a car, you're gonna cuss a lot, you're gonna break things, and you're gonna get mad. You're not gonna be happy
How's
about
it different from
half the time.
That's kidding.
A little bit different. A little bit more. Anyway, that is something that I'm throwing out there. It's an idea that I'm thinking about doing.
I think you should.
That's a great idea.
That'd be awesome.
What you should do is right before you install whatever or do whatever you do, you should do a review of a baby metal song.
Oh, that's the girl group, right?
Cyrus made a mistake. He got so much hate because he's like, I don't know why this is so good. And all the Baby Metal fans came after him.
I'm just saying, we could grow
Did a
your channel
blind
pretty quick.
reaction.
That's all I'm saying.
It was hilarious.
They're just
Oh.
lurking on your channel, waiting for you to like mention Baby Metal, and then just pop in and attack.
But no, it sounds like a great idea, dude. I definitely do it. I mean, if you want to, and I will definitely be. I will do. You know what I'll do? I'll do response videos to all of your car stuff.
Don't do that.
But I don't know anything about cars, so it'll be really funny. It'll be.
Yeah, so the thing is, like, I know a very little bit, so I feel like I'm experimenting, so it'd be fun to like trial and error. Because I know enough about cars where I could work on them, but not enough where like I'm an expert. But I feel like it'd be like, if you wanted to work on your car and you watch me, like, you would understand like the trial and errors that would happen by watching me work on my car.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
I'll just watch you because I don't know about cars. I like
No,
to
you
drive
won't.
those
Shut
video
up,
games.
Max.
I'll support your videos. And Strange
All
Marvel
right.
Theories, come on the show sometime. You don't have to, people all my panelists say I don't know anything about entertainment. I'm just kidding.
Well, it depends on how strange those theories are. Because if
I have to see the end of Secret. I didn't catch up with Secret Invasion. Everyone's complaining about it. No spoilers. I got to finish it. I actually started to watch it, and then my wife came down. We watched the new Transformers instead, the movie. But it's actually fun. I mean, it's not great or anything, but it was fun to see the Beast Transformers. And then I think everyone knows now that they're planning to do G.I. Joe Transformers crossover, and like, that's awesome.
I like that idea.
Yeah,
I like because G.I. Joe and Transformers. I like it's kind of like the same universe almost. If you think about it.
I want to
Hot
see
Wheels meets Fast and Furious. Bam.
There you go.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I want to see
That'd be a good
GoBots
crossover,
versus
too.
Transformers. I want to see that.
I would like to see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gold Bar. Yeah, that'd be a good one too.
Okay. Well, we'll see
On
you
that note-
next month when Microsoft buys Sega.
no,
Oh my
shut
God.
up. Stop.
And all the fanboys' tears. Oh no!
Yeah, you laughing now, and then when it happens, then they fuck all that shit up.
And then we don't get another Sonic game ever.
Yeah,
Oh, they stopped
I don't
Sonic.
want that to happen. We don't want that.
Hey, listen, Sega is the one that canceled Sonic Mania 2.
I think
You know,
Max
we're-
is
that was
Well,
in
looking-
Sonic
development.
Mania was made by a whole different.
I know, but they were making a sequel and it stopped.
and
They-
because it was so good, Sonic wanted some of that,
You know what I've learned, like from my time knowing Max?
What?
I think Max is searching for the thing that will get him permanently canceled. I think
No! These are my honest
You know
takes.
what? Nah, hold on.
I love Sega.
That one. Yeah.
I still have I have more Dreamcast games than all you.
You're, Max is a daredevil.
That's not a sufficient argument, though. That's not a sufficient argument.
Are they legitimate
is.
copies?
Yes, OG copies. That was the one
Bro,
system.
he got it written on the
I
front with a
was-
Sharpie. And
I had a
everything.
lot of money during the Dreamcast era. I used to go get the games day
Oh,
one.
okay.
Oh,
His grandma
I
used to send him like
I
$250.
always, all the other generations, I used to get stuff used, but every single game, I was like, $50 pre-order. Yeah, GameStop. Those are good days. And then I sold a few.
Those
of
are
them.
the
I regret-
days.
I regret
Those are the
selling a
days.
few of them. But
It's
I have most of
Funko
my
Land.
collection. Yeah.
KB Toys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, KB Toys. Yeah.
Yo, KB Toys was that shit.
Oh,
I love KB
Well,
Toys.
you know,
That back
you know
in the
why
day.
that's so nostalgic for me is because that was my first console I bought at launch, Dreamcast.
Okay.
That's why, and with my own money, and that's why I was buying all. That's why I was like, yeah. But I did, All right. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
We got 30 seconds. We got
Stay
30
cool.
Max, we got 30 seconds, so might as well wait at 2:45.
Oh, okay. 2:45.
245?
I won't be able to end it on time. Let me
Let's
see
see.
let me see if I could do it. Now it's just awkward.
We'll see you guys on the next exciting episode of Super Retro Bros Show.
Yes,
All right,
this
well-
was exciting. We'll
It
see
was
what
fun.
night it's on next. All right, yeah.
Hashtag